Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Liverpool review. What a week it's been in football. I hope you've caught your breath. We'll come on to the transfers a little bit later on and talk about them because there has been so much going on since our last watch along. But today it is the big one. It is Liverpool versus Chelsea. This is the live watch along, live match commentary of all the action as it happens. You're very welcome along. I hope you've had a nice week. We've got just under 20 minutes to go until kickoff. So let's dive in and take a look at the team news. So we'll go over to our other screen, where we have the live team news of Liverpool and Chelsea. Now, Liverpool have made a few changes. First of all, at left back, Andy Robertson has come in for Costa Tsimikas. Andy Robertson, rumoured and a lot of talk that he would be starting this game after suffering that ankle injury in pre-season against Athletic Club. He is fit. He is fit to start as well, and he comes in. Brilliant to have Andy Robertson back. On the other side, at right back, we've got Trent in and the centre-back partnership that did so well and have started this Premier League season so well of Van Dijk and Matip, and those two play in front of Alisson Becker. Now, the midfield is probably where Klopp has changed things up quite a bit, actually. We've got Fabinho, who is back in. Great to see him back. Henderson has come in as well to make a start. And Klopp has stuck with Harvey Elliott, which for me is absolutely fantastic news. Harvey Elliott has been incredible at the start of this Premier League. He had a wonderful pre-season, and Klopp has really put his faith and put his trust into Harvey Elliott and has given him a start at 18 years old against Chelsea. One of the biggest matches of the season, possibly the biggest match, certainly of the season so far, but potentially of the whole season, of course. It is such a blockbuster tie, this. And Klopp has started Harvey Elliott just behind a front three of Sadio Mane, Mo Salah, and in for Diogo Jota comes Bobby Firmino. So three changes then. Robertson in for Tsimikas, Jota out, and Firmino in. Fabinho as well coming in to that midfield. Chelsea then make one change from that 2-0 win over Arsenal last week. And that change is Kante coming in for Kovacic. Other than that, it's the same side that beat Arsenal 2-0. Now, there's so much to read about this game. There's so much to look into of this game. So what I'm going to do is we're now going to move into the interactive part of this pre-match review. And we're going to start to look at some of the more interesting and things to watch. So I'm going to do a bit of an analysis and look at some of the things that we're going to see and potentially to look out for at kickoff at 5:30. And there's some really interesting bits, I think, here. Let's start with Chelsea, first of all. And let's start with Romelu Lukaku, of course. His debut against Arsenal last week, man of the match, and certainly a colossus for Chelsea up front. And a lot of the talk this week has been very much about centered around one key question. And that question is, how do you stop Romelu Lukaku? Now, we saw with Arsenal where they kind of struggled with Lukaku because he's so physically strong, he's so big, and he's such a powerful player that if you try and get close to him, the chances are you're not going to win the physical battle. But if you step back off him, it's going to allow him space to do what Lukaku does, and that's either in the penalty box to have a shot or get a shot away, or what we saw a lot of in Arsenal last week was his kind of build-up play, holding the ball and releasing the other wide, either the other advanced midfielders or the right back and left back in James and Alonso. So let's just take a look at Lukaku then, and perhaps this might go some way as to why Jurgen Klopp has picked this team, I think. So Lukaku, obviously, out and out striker. He's going to spend a lot of his time around this area. We did see with Arsenal that he does like to drift back and collect the ball around about here. And what this did was quite interesting when you reviewed the Arsenal Chelsea game last week, was that he would come just and sit just in about this position, just in front of the defensive midfielder here. And you would have Havertz, of course, and Mount that pushed up along with him. And what Lukaku was doing really well, and actually it was Kovacic last game. It's Kante who starts today, but this, if we think about this, was Kovacic who came up here as well. And what Lukaku was doing quite a lot in the game was he was holding up the ball here and releasing one of these three players, either Mount, Kovacic or Havertz. And what that basically did to the Arsenal defence, if we think of the Liverpool players here just as Arsenal for now, is that it reduced the width. They became a lot narrower to try and fend off Lukaku. So this was Tierney on occasion, Martinelli as well, who did this for Arsenal last week. But certainly if we think about this, and drawing in the left back and the right back to try and basically negate Lukaku. That was the plan, essentially, to try as much as you can to stop Lukaku when he's got the ball. But the problem that Arsenal had when they did this was, of course, Reece James, who spent, we look at his heat map actually from last week against Arsenal. Reece James spent an awful lot of time around here in this position, and he's obviously being a right back, he did spend a lot. So his heat map actually showed pretty much two positions that he spent most of the time in that game. Again, it's obviously at right back, but incredibly advanced just up around here. So what we saw a lot of actually with Lukaku was him essentially playing the ball back to either Kovacic or Mount, or well, actually Mount less so. What Mount was also doing was being the runner. So Mount was essentially coming from the wide position, coming into a more central place in the advanced midfield position. And again, what that did was that just drew in a lot of the players, a lot of the Arsenal players, and freed up even more space for Reece James, of course. And then that one goal that Reece James scored, Lukaku knocks it back to Kovacic. Kovacic then plays a ball up to Reece James into this position, and then Reece James does the rest, either scores or he gets the assist. So that's something that Liverpool are certainly going to have to watch out for in today's game. And I think really this is going to be the key. And I think when we look at the lineup that Klopp has played, we start to understand how his thinking is when it comes to negating Lukaku's attacking threat. So if we just move these players back, and we'll just bring in the Liverpool players then. So obviously, we've got Robertson as left back coming in for Kostas Tsimikas. And on that left-hand side, who's going to pretty much go up against James, and certainly will have to marshal him when he comes up. But if we focus on Lukaku now, so as we said at the start, Lukaku very much likes to occupy this space here. And I think what Klopp is thinking is, we know Lukaku is such a threat when he has the ball. So let's try and cut off the supply line, essentially. Let's try and minimize the amount of time that Lukaku has on the ball. And I think when you look at Fabinho, we know Fabinho is, well, he is the lighthouse. He is such a talented player, not only at intercepting the ball, but pretty much at reading the game as well. He's such a good reader of the game when you watch him in that defensive midfield position. And we know how much better Liverpool are when Fabinho comes in to that defensive midfield role. And so I think probably what Klopp's thinking is, if you take Mount and you take Havertz and possibly Jorginho as well, Klopp is probably, I imagine what Klopp is going to do is he's going to use Fabinho. I would expect Henderson to play a slightly deeper role than he often does when Fabinho is playing. Of course, Henderson kind of marshals pretty much the halfway line when he's playing with Fabinho. But I do wonder if Henderson's going to play slightly deeper. So essentially, when the balls come in from Chelsea, kind of from Mount, from Havertz, from Jorginho, for example, I wonder if he's going to use Fabinho and use Henderson to cut off, as I said, that supply line to Lukaku, because that is certainly, if Lukaku doesn't have the ball, he's not going to be, certainly on it, much of a threat, right? But of course, that's good. That's just one part of the plan. That's just one thing that Klopp is going to have to try and do, or certainly that Liverpool are going to have to try and do when it comes to cutting off Lukaku and negating that threat that he poses. The other thing, of course, is this battle here. This is the battle that we've all been looking forward to. Van Dijk versus Lukaku. We know Van Dijk is such a talented footballer. He is one of his what's certainly one of his best attributes in defence is his physicality and also the way that he reads the game as well. And what Van Dijk does so brilliantly, he's got the pace to come back. He's got the pace to run back should he need to. But what he does is he kind of reads the attacker. He reads the striker so well. He kind of understands the mentality of the striker. Of course, Virgil van Dijk did start out his career, not for Liverpool, but certainly when he was starting out in football, he was a striker. So I think he's got that in his mind. He knows and understands a striker's mentality. And so whether or not Van Dijk will stay close, as in, when I mean close, I mean pretty much on top of Lukaku to try and marshal him. I do wonder, as Van Dijk likes to do, is to give himself a little bit of space, marshal Lukaku out this way. And when he does, when Lukaku's got the ball and he starts to come away from goal this way, you would bet Van Dijk to do the business right here, time in and time out. He's so good at reading the game. So I think this is probably part of Klopp's thinking when it comes to this match is two ways you can stop Lukaku. Yes, you can use Van Dijk, but also how can we cut that supply line off? How can we make sure that those balls coming through to Lukaku just aren't getting there? And I think that's certainly going to be a key feature to the success of this game. If Liverpool are going to come out and win this game, that's going to be a key battle, that kind of negating Lukaku, cutting off those supply lines. And I think that's something we're going to it's going to be really exciting to watch. Kickoff just under 10 minutes away. So we'll stick with the tactics just quickly for now, because there's a couple of other points that I wanted to make as well. And just something to watch out for. And we're going to stick with Van Dijk, actually, because, I mean, well, there are not enough superlatives in the English language to describe Virgil van Dijk. He is such a good player, and he brings so much to Liverpool. We know about his defensive ability. We know that he's so difficult to get past. He's so hard as a striker to try and work the ball round. He, like I said, he just reads the game brilliantly, and his defensive kind of presence is just so big back there. But Van Dijk offers another thing, I think, for Liverpool. And this is something that we will probably see a lot of, and I hope we see a lot of, because this is one of the ways that Liverpool can really hurt Chelsea. Van Dijk possesses one of the best passing ranges for a centre-back in the Premier League right now. We saw that against the game in the previous game. So we saw it particularly against Norwich, first of all, where he... And what Van Dijk likes to do, and we'll bring it up actually so I can show you. So if we take Harvey Elliott, and we'll bring in Harvey Elliott a little bit more just now, because this is what Harvey Elliott has done and why I think he is justified in starting this game. It's his link-up play with Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold out on this right-hand side. And what Elliott was starting to do in the last opening couple of matches for Liverpool is he's starting to make himself available for these long field balls. And we know Van Dijk can hit them. He is unruthlessly, accurate with his passing range, and particularly with his forward passing range. 50-yard balls just don't appear to be an issue for Van Dijk, and that is such a useful asset to have. We know Matip typically likes to play more with the ball at his feet when he comes forward out of defence, but Van Dijk, head up, as soon as he's got the ball, he's looking for that pass. And so I would expect to see Trent play a lot along this right-hand side as almost the receiver of that. Elliott was able to trap the ball so well, so beautifully. He's got such a good first touch, Harvey Elliott. And what he does also when you watch him, what Harvey Elliott does really well is his head goes immediately up. As soon as he wins the ball, he's up. Where can I play this ball on? He's quite quick to play it on. He does like to pass the ball on very quickly. And in Trent and Salah, he's got two players there who are going to be two options. So I expect to see a lot of this, because I think probably what will start to happen is you'll get Mount, Havertz and Lukaku obviously in this forward role. Kante, as we know, will be kind of marshalling around this area with Jorginho as well. But when you've got three players over here, Marcos Alonso's going to have to come across. Rudiger's going to have to come across. Kante will probably come across, or Jorginho, one of the two. But that's going to then bring in Sadio Mane, and that's going to bring in Firmino. Because essentially what you're going to start to see is Henderson just creeps a little bit forward. Is Azpilicueta's probably going to have to keep an eye on Mane. Firmino's going to have Christensen's going to have to keep an eye on Firmino. But what you can bet is, what you know from this Liverpool team and what they're so capable of doing is hurting teams so quickly with these three. We've seen it time and time again so far this season with Elliott unlocking kind of the defense or the defensive line as Salah looks to run through. Harvey Elliott's short passing range has been superb so far. So you kind of would expect maybe Salah just to kind of play a little bit off here, trying to get the other side of Rudiger, or maybe here, so he can run in and cut in on his left. By the way, let's hope he repeats that absolute world he scored at Anfield against Chelsea a few seasons ago, where he was around here and he just absolutely buried it. If you remember, it's kind of the trajectory, was something like this, right into the top corner. As for Kepa Arrizabalaga, absolutely no chance of saving it. But you can kind of imagine that's what's going to happen. Trent's going to provide that additional support down this right-hand side, and it's going to give Alonso and Rudiger a lot of work to do. And I think probably that's where the weaknesses are in this Chelsea team, is around this left-hand side as we come down. Kante, of course, will look to negate it, but it just depends on whether any of the players can get to Van Dijk quick enough before he unleashes that ball as he goes off. So I think that's going to be a really important point and really interesting thing to watch out for is Van Dijk's forward play and his forward passing play. Can he essentially beat the Chelsea press by just lobbing the ball over? And I don't mean kind of lumping the ball and hoping. Like I said, Van Dijk's so good at those long balls, and Chelsea are going to have to really watch it to make sure that they're not basically getting caught out, because that's going to be a real danger area for them and a real issue if they can't stop those balls, or they can't get on Elliott quick enough before he releases Salah or Trent down that right hand side. Then it's going to be good night Vienna. They're going to really, really struggle. The other thing that Liverpool, so looking at Chelsea from an offensive point of view, the other thing that Liverpool are going to have to watch out for. Now, Chelsea play an incredibly wide line with their fullbacks. So Reece James and Marcus Alonso typically really float around the touchline out here. Now, what the kind of 5-3-2 formation allows, 5-5-2, well, it's kind of a 5-2-2-1 really. What that formation allows Chelsea to do is kind of dig in and play quite narrow. So essentially, you'll see much more of a grouping up of these kind of more central players. That then naturally brings in Liverpool's players here. So they'll start to kind of come in and almost replicate that in a way. And that's where Reece James and Marcus Alonso get the space. That's where the threat is going to come from. This is a battle of the fullbacks. Trent, Robertson, Reece James, Marcus Alonso. That is going to be one of the key things, again, to look out for. And it's so exciting because we know how good Robertson is going forward. We know how good Trent is at going forward. How are Chelsea going to deal with the fullbacks of Liverpool? But also we must equate that to Liverpool. How are they going to deal with the fullbacks of James and Alonso? And to try and reduce that width as much as they can. It's going to be a really, really interesting tactical battle, this. And it's just going to be a really, really exciting game to watch. So let me know in the chat what your predictions are, what you think is going to happen in the match today, and what key battles on the pitch you're really looking forward to. As Liverpool fans, what are you worried about, if anything, of this game? What concerns you most? But also, more importantly, what are you most looking forward to? Now, remember as well, one stat I think that's very important that comes in to this is that Virgil van Dijk, in his last 48 starts at Anfield, in his 48 games at Anfield, has never lost. 45 wins, 3 draws. So the omens from that perspective look pretty good for Liverpool. Can they keep that defensive shape? Can they negate Lukaku? Those are going to be the key areas. But going forward, we know what a threat they're going to be with Andy Robertson back in. Kostas Tsimikas had a really, really good opening 2 games. In a way, it's a shame in some ways because he was starting to hit form. He was starting, and certainly in the last game, he was starting to defend a lot better as well. And so that is a really, really... so for Kostas Tsimikas, it is a shame, of course, but we're replacing him with Andy Robertson, the man that we know just runs and runs and runs, the lung-busting runs going forward. So it's going to be a really, really interesting tie, I think. And it's going to... We'll come back to this perhaps throughout the game, just to shape, and I'll show you how some of the goals are going in as well with the interactive board. So let's go back then to our tracker. where we can see on my left-hand side here, we'll keep the live tracker up. That's going to show what's happening in the game. That will also provide live stats in time, in real time as well. So we'll check in with the stats throughout the game. As you can see, not long to go now until kickoff. The players are out onto the pitch. They're making their final preparations, and we are almost go in this game. This is the blockbuster tie. It really is. And it's nice to watch a football game, I think. And I was going to say, have a bit of a rest, take a break from Twitter, take a break from social media, take a break from from transfer news, because it has been just unbelievable. I was thinking about this actually earlier in the week, and it's kind of been a little bit like a whack-a-mole game. If you know that one, it's like where you have those plastic mallets and you kind of whack the moles as they appear. Every time one was hit, a new transfer came up. So, right at the very start, Wijnaldum to PSG, bang. And then it comes up, Ramos to PSG, bang. Then you have Ben White, Jack Grealish, of course, and then it just got more intense. It was coming at us so quickly. You had Lionel Messi, of course, to PSG, Cristiano Ronaldo to Man City, bang. Wait a minute, no, Man United comes up, Cristiano Ronaldo to Man United, bang. And then as soon as the Ronaldo news broke, I'm not sure if you followed this, but as soon as the Ronaldo news broke, I think it was Fabrizio Romano and a few other journalists who were tweeting out potential rumours. Basically, these aren't done deals, but the potential of more transfers going on. Koundé going to Chelsea, for example. Haaland potentially going to Paris Saint-Germain. Eden Hazard potentially going to Juventus. I get the impression that there's going to be a lot more transfers to go before the window slams shut. It's going to be really, really interesting, really good to see. So let's make sure, let's basically catch up and see what goes on. But in the meantime, we have kicked off. It is Liverpool versus Chelsea in the live watch along. Let's start the timer. And away we go. Remember, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're enjoying it. Make sure you put a comment in the chat. We'll read it out as well. AA Liverpool, great to have you along. Great content and commentator. Thank you ever so much. That really means a lot. Great to have you along, and I hope you enjoy the game as well. So Liverpool have kicked off. They are attacking away from the Kop end. So they'll be attacking the Kop end in the second half. Okay, so Liverpool have started off. We've got a throw into Chelsea out on the far side in Chelsea's half. Alonso's on the ball. You can see Liverpool pressing with Harvey Elliott so quickly already, and that is great pressing. It's going to be another Chelsea throw, but that's only because Rudiger hit a ball against Harvey Elliott and it went out. But Liverpool have won this back quickly with Mo Salah on this right-hand side. Salah looks to play an early ball in. Handball shouts. Come back to Salah on this right-hand side to Elliott. Trent, we've seen that. That's that triangle forming already. That's how exciting this game is. Plays it out to Fabinho. Fabinho, a slight mistouch, has to knock it back to Harvey Elliott, who brings it back to Matip. It's a capacity crowd as well at Anfield. The fans are in full voice, which is wonderful to see as the ball comes to Van Dijk and to Matip. Liverpool have got the ball safe along the back. And Harvey Elliott looks to advance forward. He picks it up. Mount comes over. Can't quite get to him. Oh, lovely drop of the shoulder. Salah turns Alonso for nothing. What a beautiful turn of the shoulder. Alonso plays it beautifully back to Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott tries to get the ball in. He does. It's up. Oh, and it gets headed away, but only as far as Fabinho. We're going to stay with it, but Fabinho just overhits the pass and it goes out for a Chelsea throw. Already, we're seeing this exciting start for Liverpool. Absolutely brilliant. Harvey Elliott, Trent and Salah already linking up. Salah beautifully just turns Alonso for dead as if he wasn't even there. Runs past it, lays it onto Harvey Elliott. He gets the ball in and the ball just doesn't quite reach Henderson. And I think it's either Rudiger or Christensen who get the ball away. But Liverpool pressing high have started this game incredibly well. As it's a foul to Chelsea just from Liverpool essentially pressing, really trying to press high up the pitch and just not give Chelsea any room at all. We know Chelsea, this is where Chelsea came undone a few seasons back, if you remember. It was, I think, one of the first games back after the COVID lockdown in the Premier League. Thiago's first game as well, where he came on as a sub at half time. And if you remember, one of the goals that Liverpool scored was Chelsea trying to knock it round the back and Liverpool just pressing, Liverpool just getting there quicker and getting on top of them. I do wonder if we're going to see that. We know Liverpool's press. We know we can do it. We know we've got that in our locker. So keep the press up, but Liverpool lost the ball again. Sorry, Chelsea lost the ball again. Try to play a first ball forward to Salah. It gets not intercepted by Chelsea, who lump it clear. Liverpool just heading this around. Comes back to Firmino in this defensive midfield. Henderson looks to play a long ball forward to Mane. It's just got too much on it, and it goes out for a Chelsea throw. Not so much we've seen from Chelsea going forward so far. This key battle between Van Dijk and Lukaku. We'll wait to see how that progresses. But so far, Liverpool, it's been all Liverpool in this opening 3 minutes. Reece James with the throw-in. Plays in Havertz in the centre of the park. Havertz loses it though. He gets it up to Salah. Salah just puts his foot on the ball. Back to Elliott. Elliott's going to take a shot. He does. Oh! It's so close. Just goes wide from Harvey Elliott. Oh, what a chance this is. Oh, Liverpool, you are looking so beautiful. Really, absolutely incredible. Harvey Elliott, basically, Salah knocks it down, takes a touch, releases Elliott. Elliott turns on his left foot, flashes a shot. It goes inches past Mendy's left-hand side and just wide for a Chelsea goal kick. But you can see the intent here. Liverpool looking to mix it up already. Salah and Elliott, these two are going to form the most beautiful bromance of the season, I can imagine. And Elliott there, Salah releasing Elliott. Elliott just flashing his shot wide, but he looks so sharp already, Harvey Elliott, and so good to see him start this game. He's deserved it, really, to be honest. He's such a fantastic player and really, really great to see. Don't forget, hit us up on the chat if you're watching. It'll be great to see where you're watching it from, what your thoughts on the game are. We'll read all the chat comments out. So do say hello if you're watching along with us as well. It's great to have you along if you are. It comes out to Marcus Alonso on this left-hand side, but Harvey Elliott cuts out the ball beautifully and it goes out for a Chelsea throw. Harvey Elliott not giving Chelsea an inch, and Alonso looking to struggle, really. It's a few passes he's trying to play forward. He was turned by Salah really easily. He's trying to play a couple of balls forward and they just haven't found their man, haven't really got beyond 5 yards. Trying to hit long balls. Liverpool have won this again in the midfield. My word, this is just such high-octane stuff. It's brilliant to see. Robertson down this left-hand side takes a slight heavy touch. He wins it, though. Has to check his run. Plays it back to Henderson. Henderson looks to knock it back across to Matip on this right-hand side. Matip, we know what he's going to do. Runs the ball forward. Looks to play a chip ball through to Sadio Mane. It just gets cut out, but Henderson not giving Reece James a minute, but Reece James does get the ball out. Havertz has got a chance here. Fabinho over. Didn't look much to me. No, that is a foul to Chelsea, but Fabinho was coming across Havertz. Havertz falls over, and I'd like to see the replay of this. I don't think that was a foul, personally. It's Fabinho's momentum, probably, that's caused the ref. We'll see it close up. Fabinho comes in. Yeah. I was wrong. Foul it is. Fabinho hits the ankle of Havertz. That is a foul to Chelsea. And the foul's just going to be, the free kick, just going to be on the halfway line. So this is probably going to be Chelsea's first foray into Liverpool's half. Nope, they've played it back. Comes back to Christensen, back to Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta looks to play a long ball forward to Lukaku. Flag stayed down. Alisson has caught the ball there. Nice ball forward. Lukaku just playing off the back of Matip and Van Dijk there. Runs the ball forward. Runs through to Alisson, though, who collects. As Matip looks to play an early ball out to Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott's picked the ball up. Looks up. Plays a lovely ball forward to Salah. Salah. And it's just cut out by Rudiger. Marcus Alonso's now on it on this left-hand side. Plays the ball forward. Mount with a nice turn. Touches it. And it's a foul, although it's not. Matip absolutely furious. Matip adjudged to have fouled Mason Mount there. Didn't look much in it again, though. And it's going to be in a slightly more advanced position in Liverpool's half. This is going to be a Chelsea free kick. Mount with a lovely bit of skill to trap the ball down. And Matip, yeah, it's a foul. I think Matip's probably just trying to say to the referee, look, well, it wasn't a foul. Of course he is. He's a defender. He's going to say that. But yeah, that looked to be a foul to me. And it's going to be a dangerous free kick, this, to Chelsea. We'll see what happens. Chance to catch your breath. It's been a wonderful first 7 minutes of the game, 8 minutes, of the game. This absolutely brilliant. As Mason Mount standing over with Marcus Alonso, free kick. It is a dangerous free kick. The ball's going to come in. It's going to be Alonso. Nope, it's going to be Mount. They've switched it. Mount comes in and Mane does well to defend there. Rudiger was running in. It's going to be a corner to Chelsea, this, but Mane with the defending there. Alonso, so it's a well-worked free kick by Chelsea. Chelsea whip the ball in. Alonso continues his run. It comes out, comes through to Rudiger, and Mane sees the ball through. Alonso's there on the follow-up, tries to get across in. Mane blocks it, and it goes out. It's brilliant defending from Sadio Mane. This is going to be a Chelsea corner, though. And here we go. Aerial threat number 1. Virgil van Dijk versus Lukaku. The ball gets to try and find in. Doesn't beat the first man, but it's going to be a free kick to Liverpool. Liverpool have got this save. Free kick to Liverpool. Ball was in. Not a great ball in from the corner. Didn't beat the first man. Robertson gets up, but I think there was a foul the ref spotted in the 6-yard box that he's pulled it back for. So this is going to be a Liverpool free kick. And Liverpool just probably got to be a little bit careful with those kind of fouls that they concede when they try and press and they try and win the ball back. Matip so far and Fabinho with 2 fouls, 2 clear fouls really. But they've just got to be a little bit careful, Liverpool, so as not to give Chelsea any unnecessary sniff in this game, particularly as they go forward. The ball's come out. It's going to be a Chelsea throw deep into Liverpool's half. They play it quickly to Kante. Comes back to Reece James. Henderson does well to defend it, and he does. Mane, can he get out? He can't. The ball goes up in the air. It's won by Azpilicueta. Back by Firmino to Elliott. Elliott still in Liverpool's half, but he releases Firmino. Firmino looks to play a ball forward. He does to Salah. Salah knocks it back to Trent. Liverpool advancing forward. Trent comes marauding into Chelsea's half, plays an early ball in. It's going to be a goal. Hendo. Oh, and he's missed it. Oh, Hendo. Oh, it's such a good opportunity for the Liverpool captain. Oh, Hendo. It is Trent masterclass, this. Gorgeous ball. He whips it into the box from kind of almost just about 5 yards into after the halfway line. Henderson in acres of space. He gets the ball. All he's got to do is angle his foot. He kind of gets it all wrong, and the ball goes out for a Chelsea goal kick. But it was such a good opportunity. It's kind of similar if you think back to the Mane goal last week when Trent played that ball through. Really, really nice ball through. And Mane it was a similar angle. Mane was just coming behind Mane a little bit. He read it and he volleyed it in. Henderson just probably could have done something a little bit better there. It would have been nice to see Mane on it. You kind of would have thought Mane would have hit that on target had he done it. But good to see. Anyway, Liverpool starting really well. Really, really well. And we've got a dangerous free kick with Trent on this right-hand side. And it's going to be Trent and Robbo. I think Trent's going to whip this in. He does. Mane looks to make an early move. It goes in and it goes. Van Dijk's up and it's a looping header which Mendy's going to come out and claim. And Van Dijk has taken a blow to the head. Van Dijk has gone down, which, has pretty much quietened Anfield, as you can imagine. However, back to his feet, running back, applause rings round. Van Dijk back to his feet. Good to see as he runs back. Lovely ball in from Trent. Van Dijk was there, and the problem was his header just looped. He couldn't quite get over the top of it, and the ball just has looped up. It's an easy catch for Mendy in the end, but Chelsea are going to try and play this out from the back. Here comes the Liverpool press. Chelsea on the ball, but under pressure by Liverpool. Can they get this ball out? As Matip stands up Mount beautifully. Harvey Elliott wins it back. Firmino now plays it through to Harvey Elliott out on this right-hand side. Early cross ball in. And Christensen deals with it. It comes out to, I think, Mount again on this left-hand side. But really good press there from Liverpool. And Chelsea have lost it cheaply, but just won it back. And Kante looks to play it forward and make more of an advanced run as Chelsea come in. No first-time ball through to Alonso to Havertz out on this left-hand side. Chelsea getting to get numbers into the box. Havertz just on the end of the penalty area. Comes out to Marcus Alonso. Marcus Alonso through to Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta plays this right to Reece James with a bit of space. Plays the ball in. Terrible ball in. And Van Dijk clears it. But only as far as Azpilicueta comes out to James on this right-hand side. Azpilicueta, loose ball from James out. Firmino with half a chance, but it goes back to Christensen. Liverpool looking to press. Chelsea looking uncomfortable with the press. They've lost out again. Azpilicueta's been intercepted. Henderson looks playing over ball. Top. It goes over. It's going to go to Mendy. Mendy just gets it clear. Lovely first-time ball from Henderson. Looks to release Salah. And this is where Liverpool are going to attack. This is where they're going to hit you, Liverpool, and really hard as well. Those first-time balls. This has been a game, actually, if you think back to the Norwich game, the Burnley game, this has been a key feature of the start of this season, actually, which is really good. Has been those first-time balls. As soon as they've won the ball, be it from Van Dijk, be it from Henderson, looking to loop over into the danger area in the opposition half for Mane and Salah to run onto, and they're looking to do that again as Mane plays a lovely header down. Henderson, what was I saying in the pre-match show? Henderson might play a slightly deeper role. He isn't. He is really getting forward, Henderson. It's really, really nice. As the ball goes out for a Liverpool throw just inside Chelsea's half. Liverpool play it quickly. It's out to Fabinho. And it comes through to Alisson. And Liverpool are going to look to build up from the back. Nice long ball through to Harvey Elliott just on the halfway line. Plays it back to Trent. Harvey Elliott just misplaces his pass though. And Chelsea have won this back with Kante. Lukaku's got a bit of space to run into. Van Dijk. Oh, that is a key part, actually. If you notice that. What Van Dijk just did, he turned his back to Lukaku. Lukaku's running to him, and Van Dijk almost shows his back to him, as if to say, go on then, run it through. And as we talked about in the pre-match show, I'm going to bet I'm going to get that ball off you. That's what Van Dijk will bring to you. But Chelsea have got this ball back. Oh, it's not a foul, ref. Fabinho's adjudged to a foul Kante, but Kante has just run into Fabinho. Oh, that is irritating. Really irritating. But high-octane stuff, this is going to, I think, probably going to... be pretty much the way that this match is going to keep going. Already we're 13 minutes in and my voice is starting to crack up. This is really interesting game so far. Liverpool have won this back fairly. Tackle on for Jorginho. Elliott plays it forward, just misplaces his pass. Oh, Harvey Elliott looks to play in Mane, but he just misplaces the pass and Chelsea pick it up. Reece James out on this right hand side, plays it back through to Kante. And Christensen goes back to Mendy, out to Azpilicueta on this right-hand side. Liverpool really looking to block that press. Again, keep an eye out for this Chelsea width. Van Dijk versus Lukaku, first battle. Van Dijk wins the header beautifully. Plays it back to Matip, confidently away there. As Fabinho picked up the ball, has got a bit of space in front of him, opts to go right to Trent. I think Liverpool are going to just knock this around the back for a little bit. As it comes out to Trent on this right-hand side. Henderson ever so slightly playing a slightly more left side of midfield role. I wonder if he's kind of going to be the person who tries to marshal Reece James and support Robertson in that left-back position just to stop that threat. Reece James going forward, but first time ball again comes through to Robertson. Robertson gets his head up, whips a lovely ball in, and Marcus Alonso. Oh, you lucky bugger. Marcus Alonso. The ball was whipped in. Marcus Alonso gets it trapped into his feet. He's trying to clear it out for a corner, but he scuffs it completely. But we'll stay come back to it, actually, because Firmino's got the ball in here. Plays in Harvey Elliott. Oh, should have played it along the deck, really. Harvey Elliott, it's going to be a corner to Liverpool. This is the corner they deserve. That original chance. So Marcus Alonso, the ball comes in. Marcus Alonso tries to whack it out for a corner, tangles up in his feet, but it almost turns into a good control and able to run it across. However, it then comes back to Trent in the middle, who's playing slightly more of a central middle in this last couple of minutes. Plays it through, and then it comes out to Harvey Elliott. Firmino with the ball over to Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott knocks it into Rudiger, who gets it clear for a Liverpool corner. Matip and Van Dijk up. It's going to be Trent on this. Referee just having a word with Matip and Azpilicueta. As the ball comes in, it gets whipped in. Van Dijk is there. Van Dijk is there. Oh, Van Dijk can't just quite get it. He was there. He had a bit of space, but he couldn't quite get his header off. Liverpool have got this back, though, all the way back to Alisson. As Havertz looks to press Alisson. Alisson, no nonsense, knocks it forward, but it goes straight through to Mendy for Chelsea. So Liverpool looking to keep that 4-game clean sheet run going. Of course, had 2 opening games against Norwich and Burnley, have kept clean sheets. So we expect to see, well, you hope if we can keep a clean sheet here, my word, that would be great. But in their last 7 Premier League games, they have won all 7. They are on a 7-game winning streak, Liverpool, since the end of last season to the start of this season. Again, let's hope Liverpool can keep that going as Chelsea look to get a ball forward. And Lukaku, surely that's a foul on Van Dijk. It isn't. Lukaku gets a chance to get the ball in. Trent gets it clear, though. Looked to be a foul on Van Dijk. Wasn't given, so Lukaku gave Lukaku a chance to get that ball in. But Trent was there. There was no other Chelsea players. If Lukaku's your target man in the centre of that box, no other Chelsea players in there. But Alonso gets the ball in. Matip, cool as you like. Chests the ball down to Trent, who gets the ball clear. Well, clear. It's a beautiful ball out to Firmino. It's going to be a foul. What? That is not... Oh, for sake. Jorginho doesn't get the foul. Firmino wins it straight back, though. Chelsea, thank you very much. If you don't want to keep the ball, we'll take it. Go on. Go on. Oh, and it goes out for a Liverpool throw. Referee looking to let the game flow. Now, you can't say that that's a bad thing, I suppose. The referee is looking to let the game run as much as he can, which is good to see. It keeps the flow of the game running well, but a couple of those I thought should have probably been blown for a Liverpool free kick. However, game goes on. Still 0-0, 80 minutes in. Henderson's picked up the ball on the halfway line. Plays out to Trent on this right-hand side. As Joel Matip looks to play a lovely ball forward to Elliott. Elliott plays Salah in on this right-hand side. Salah's got his turn. He's got Alonso. Just leaves Alonso for dead. That's going to be such a big battle, but a battle that I think Salah's going to win time out, time again. Comes out to Henderson. Plays it back to Elliott. Elliott's just running a little bit away from goal as he plays a nice 1-2 with Henderson. Brings it out to Trent. Trent with a lovely ball in. Looks to find Mane, but it gets cleared by Christensen. Chelsea pick the ball up. Handball. No, it wasn't given. Oh, it was. Rubbish. Henderson with the handball. It's going to be a free kick to Chelsea in Chelsea's half. And the ref's going to have a word with Henderson here. Not quite sure what this is for. Didn't look too deliberate, the handball, personally. I think Henderson's just arguing that he basically stood there and it has come off really as kind of his top of his arm. He's pulled Trent over as well, so I wonder if this is something that happened a bit earlier on in the game. Not quite sure. It's going to be a Chelsea free kick, though. Only one booking, apparently, in the first 2 games for Chelsea and Liverpool. That was to James Milner. So probably going to be quite clean, although if history's anything to go by with Chelsea and Liverpool, we'll probably see a fair few yellow cards later on in the game. As Rudiger looks to play advance forward, Alisson comes out with a defensive header. My goodness me, Alisson. The ball came through. Rudiger hits a long ball forward. I think it's Havertz running onto it. But Alisson just mops up and goes out for a Chelsea throw into Liverpool's half. Chelsea play it early. Alonso looks to play out Mount on this left-hand side, plays it back to Alonso. Henderson bundles over Alonso. Alonso manages to keep hold of the ball, comes back to Jorginho. Alonso got a bit of space to go in there. He does, and Alisson is going to clean up the ball. Oh, he's not. It's a Chelsea corner. Alisson couldn't quite keep it out, and it's going to be a Chelsea corner here. As we just see a replay of Alonso and Trent. So it's going to be a corner to Chelsea out on this right-hand side. And the ball gets played in. It's played into Havertz with a looping header. Oh, 1-0 Chelsea. Oh, it's painful. It is painful. Ball gets whipped in. Kai Havertz in the penalty area. So the ball gets whipped in from Reece James, and you kind of think it's under hit. You kind of think it's not really doing much in the corner. Havertz is the man at the front, and he hits it kind of off the back of his head. It's a looping header, and it drifts over Alisson's head into the bottom right-hand corner. Chelsea are 1-0 up thanks to Kai Havertz. Oh, that doesn't feel good. That's the first goal Liverpool have conceded of the Premier League campaign so far, and the goal has gone to Kai Havertz. So Chelsea 1-0 up. Goal from Kai Havertz off a Chelsea corner. I mean, he was the first man, Havertz. You've got to think about the marking. Harvey Elliott could have picked him up. No real Liverpool player picked him up. It wasn't a great corner in. Maybe it was worked. Maybe it was a set-piece play that they'd worked on Chelsea in training. But the ball didn't really look that good as it was coming in. But it found the head of Havertz, and Havertz has guided it. It is a good header, to be fair to Havertz. And he's just lofted it. Alisson just beaten by the loop, essentially, of it. And Liverpool just need to regroup here. As the ball comes forward to Mane, however, intercepted by Jorginho. Chelsea with the ball here to Kai Havertz. And Chelsea looking to knock it round, although the press has won it. Mane's won the ball back beautifully. Comes to Firmino. Firmino, can he release Elliott on this right-hand side? He does. He beats Kante. Shows himself too early. Rudiger knocks down Elliott. Elliott plays it to Salah. Salah with Christensen. He's drawn Christensen out. He's drawn Rudiger out. Get the ball in there. Come on. Go on, Trent. Get it in. Oh, it comes out to Trent. Comes out to Elliott. Just whip the ball in. Rudiger and Christensen still advanced. Can they find a ball in? Comes out to Salah on this right-hand side. Salah looks to play an early ball in. It does it. Salah's Mane. And Mane. Oh, can't quite find it. It's going to go out for a Liverpool corner. Oh, it's a lovely ball in. They drew out Christensen and Rudiger on this left-hand side, left them pretty vulnerable in. Liverpool do eventually get the ball in, and it comes as far. It's Salah in the end, plays a left-foot whip, comes in looking for Mane, and the ball comes through to Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta gets it clear. Mendy tries to claw it off the touchline, but it's going to go out for a Liverpool corner. As Andy Robertson stands over this. In it comes from Andy Robertson. It's a poor ball in. Doesn't beat the first man. Played pretty much along the floor from Robertson there. Not what you wanted from that position. As the ball finds its way all the way back to Fabinho. Henderson picks the ball up. Looks to play a long ball forward through. Doesn't find his man. Azpilicueta cuts it out. Plays a header on through to Azpilicueta. However, Matip cuts it out from Lukaku. Kante down this right-hand side now. Kante looking to run. Kante's lost the ball a lot so far, to be honest. Kante not looking, his first game back, so perhaps understandable, but Kante not looking as sharp, kind of, what kind of defensive self. He's given the ball away quite cheaply a lot of the time, Kante. The ball comes through to Fabinho. Fabinho just misplaces a touch, but manages to get the ball back to Matip. Matip's pass intercepted. Oh, rubbish. Lukaku comes bombing forward. It's Lukaku versus Matip. What have you got, Matip? What have you got? Oh, Lukaku. Ha ha. Don't laugh too soon. Sorry, because Chelsea have got this ball. Oh, I've laughed too soon. Oh, thank God for that. Alisson picks up the ball. Lukaku running at Matip. Lukaku stumbles over the ball, almost falls over, but Havertz is running up to provide the support, plays a lovely ball over the top through to Lukaku, and Lukaku can't quite get his shot away, and Alisson is there to claim the ball. And then, Havertz plays a nice ball over, but Matip just gets his head on it and Alisson comes through. It's a nice touch. Haven't seen much from Lukaku in these opening 25 minutes. He's looking to do what he is. He's trying to come in, collect the ball and release the players. But so far, Van Dijk and Matip marshalling. I think it's Van Dijk, basically, who's been tasked with marshalling Lukaku. And so far, Van Dijk has done a really good job. It's going to be a Chelsea throw inside Liverpool's half. As Reece James plays a misplaced pass out to Mane. Mane releases Salah. Salah, it's going to be one-on-one. Mendy comes out. Oh, Mendy just gets there. The ball's going to come back. Can he have a shot, though, from Matip? And Kante collects the ball. And Kante going to come forward. It's a 4-on-4 here. Kante marauds forward. Here he comes. Plays an early ball through to Havertz. Havertz looks to play in Lukaku. He doesn't. Opts to play the shot. And the ball's going to go out for a Chelsea throw. Couple of chances there for Chelsea. And it really you thought Havertz could have played Lukaku in a lot quicker. He was in a bit of space, whether he was an offside, which is why Havertz chose not to pick out Lukaku. However, Chelsea got the ball up with Azpilicueta. Reece James playing a nice little sequence with Havertz there. And it's going to be offside, Liverpool free kick. Good spell that from Chelsea, or good short spell, good spell of passing there as Kante comes forward. We'll just talk you through this again. So Kante basically comes forward. He could have threaded Lukaku through. He could have done, but he opts to play for Havertz, by which time Lukaku is probably in an offside position. Trent gets back to cover the ball, and it goes out for eventually a Liverpool offside. It's flagged for offside. As Liverpool win the ball high up. Salah's on the ball here. Can he link up with Elliott? Opts to play it back to Fabinho. It's been really, Salah's looked pretty bright on this right-hand side. Salah has got Alonso. If Salah can just pick the ball up and have a run at Marcus Alonso and just get more of those opportunities. He's got Alonso in his pocket already so far. Alonso tries to come out play to Trent, draws Alonso way out of position. It comes up to Harvey Elliott on this right-hand side. Lovely trap of the ball. It goes in, but Azpilicueta gets the header clear. Comes out to Kante and to Rudiger on this left-hand side. Good piece there, but Kante, again, Rudiger misplaces the ball. Liverpool turn this over. Harvey Elliott's got the ball. He's got the better of Rudiger as well. He plays it out to Henderson. Henderson's going to play a crossfield ball in. In it comes. He's overhit it. Oh, he's overhit it. Oh, Henderson had to be a better ball in. That was a chance there for Liverpool. Golden opportunity. Henderson just on the edge of the penalty box whips the ball in. And it's just too much on it for Mane on the back stick, and the ball's going to go out for a Chelsea goal kick. Oh, it was a golden chance. Liverpool getting a lot of joy down this right-hand side. Marcos Alonso pulling Rudiger out, pulling Christensen out as well. This link-up play between Trent, Elliott and Salah, which is really becoming such a key theme of Liverpool's start to this Premier League campaign. Seeing it time and time again, and it's working really well. If Liverpool can just work that. Haven't seen too much from Robertson down this left-hand side. Liverpool opting to go kind of down that right hand side with those kind of cross balls. Still waiting for Van Dijk to see if he can start to play some more of those passes going forward. We'll see, as there's a slight break in play here. So 30 minutes gone, Chelsea 1-0 up, as it is Jorginho who's gone down for treatment. So Jorginho down with an injury here. And interesting of Klopp, of course, just while there's a break in play, let's talk about the number 9, Bobby Firmino, starting ahead of Diogo Jota in this game. Diogo Jota, of course, 2 goals in 2. We probably expect to see him, certainly if the scoreline stays like this, we'd expect to see Jota at some point in this game. Of course, we've got Thiago on the bench. We'll perhaps just read through who Liverpool have got on the bench for today's game. Let's take a look and read that out. So on the bench for Liverpool, we've got Kelleher, Konate, Thiago, Keita, Gomez, Ox, Minamino, Jota, and Tsimikas. So you would expect to see, I would have thought Jota, would have expected to see Thiago as well. And possibly the Keita might come on, I would have thought as well, to possibly make the 3, but it depends how the game will go. We'll see, as Jorginho is taken off and looks to be okay. Jorginho is going to come back on, but he's just gone off for further treatment as Mendy gets the game back underway. Only as far as Matip. Trent's picked this up down this right-hand side. Looks to cut the ball in. Jorginho's cut it out. Only as far as Fabinho, who plays a lovely ball into Mane. Robertson not really getting that far forward. Henderson really advanced. Plays it back to Fabinho. Comes through to Van Dijk. Will Van Dijk look for Salah down this right-hand side? Plays a slightly misplaced pass, but Salah does well to get across the byline to pick it up. Knocks it back to Joel Matip. Van Dijk look up. Wouldn't give Van Dijk that much space. But he does, plays it through to Matip. Fabinho, Liverpool just knocking it round the back here. Van Dijk tries to play a ball forward, but it gets cut out. Fabinho over there, wins the ball back beautifully. Trent tries to play a long ball forward to Mane. Azpilicueta's there to knock it out. Ball goes up in the air, misjudged by Kante. The ball gets rolled over it's through to Lukaku. Round to Havertz. Liverpool have done so well to win that back. Lukaku was away if Havertz could have got it out of his feet, but Liverpool have won it back. Chelsea have then subsequently won it back, but that was a good bit of midfield work there. And Chelsea, again, how many times they're giving the ball away? Liverpool just need to capitalise on these. Salah versus Rudiger. Oh, Salah plays a lovely ball into Mane. Oh, but it just runs out for a goal kick. But I think actually it's going to be a corner kick. Sorry, it's going to be a corner kick to Liverpool out on this right-hand side. You see what Liverpool are trying to do? I mean, Salah just beats Rudiger, cuts him in on his left-hand side, tries to play in Mane. The ball gets deflected, goes out for a corner. It was a nice ball in, but probably Mane was just crowded out. He had 2 Chelsea defenders around him. But it is going to be a corner kick just over the 30-minute mark on this game. Corner kick to Liverpool. Van Dijk and Matip up. Trent out on this right-hand side. Liverpool looking to fan out again. They do, but again, it's a poor corner. Doesn't beat the first man. Liverpool have got to get these corners working a bit better. However, it comes out to Harvey Elliott. Have a shot. Why not? Plays for a looping shot. Cross in. Gets cleared away. Kante with a misplaced header. Goes as far as Robertson out on this left-hand side. It's with Liverpool. Robertson's going to run it out for a Liverpool throw out on this left-hand side. Kante with a really poor header there. It's just kind of come out. And Robertson's picked the ball up. If they can just trap it after this throw, they can't. Jorginho's come across, but Firmino's done really well to win it back. Firmino gets the ball in, and it gets cleared by Christensen, and it's going to run all the way through to Alisson in the Liverpool goal. Liverpool just need to find something. They just need probably just look at that set-piece play. Just find some slightly better balls. You can see what Liverpool are trying to do. Work it down those wings. Try and get the ball in, which is obviously what they do so well But they just need to find a better quality of ball, Liverpool, just on this right-hand side and left-hand side as they get the ball in. But Elliott and Salah linking up so beautifully. Salah versus Rudiger again. Salah looks to cut inside, plays a lovely left ball in. It goes up for Mane, but Mendy comes out. I think Salah, he's looking to play some lovely balls in, and they're coming in. But Chelsea are big, they're going to get up there. And Mane, we know he's so good in the air. However, the ball just needs to be probably about 3 yards further away from the keeper that's coming in. So far, the crosses are coming in, and Mendy seemed quite comfortable as Lukaku looks to play out Kante. Kante out on this right-hand side. Plays it through to Reece James. Reece James through back to Kante. Kante with a bit of space goes for a lob. And he doesn't lob Alisson. Alisson basically with a basic catch in the end. Alisson could have played it early. Liverpool crowd are urging Liverpool to get this ball forward. As Alisson plays a short ball out to Van Dijk. Plays it back to Alisson. No real movement at the moment. Alisson still on the ball, not really sure where to play it. Looks to play it out to this right-hand side, but it's going to get picked up by Rudiger. It does, and Chelsea play it back to Mendy. Don't forget, hit us up on the chat if you're watching. It'd be great to read out your comments. It'd be great to see where you're watching from and what your thoughts of the game are so far. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. It's great to have you along. Really, really enjoy doing these. So great to have you. And I might enjoy it a bit more if Salah can get this shot away. Oh, he gets crowded out. A chance there. He just couldn't get out of his feet, Mo Salah. But Chelsea launching a counter-attack here. Liverpool desperately coming back. It's Mount on this left-hand side. Mount picks up the ball, cuts inside. Lukaku's there, and shot gets deflected. Van Dijk blocks the shot, and it's an easy run-through for Alisson to come out and play. Van Dijk is marshalling Lukaku really well, but Mount has done well here. Cuts inside. Lukaku tries to cut back. Bit of space in between him and Van Dijk, but Van Dijk just makes himself big, deflects it, and the ball runs through to Alisson. 35 minutes gone in this half. Liverpool just need to find a little bit more going forward. Looked really good. I mean, in terms of the press, in terms of them turning over play in the midfield, absolutely fine. But there's been a lot of, just then as well, Firmino, a lot of loose balls going through, and they've been turned here. However, Matip's been turned by Lukaku. This is danger here. Mount's in on this left-hand side. Mount, and he just pulls the shot. I'm not sure if that took a deflection, but he's just pulled his shot round. Matip is the one here who gets turned. So the ball comes up to Lukaku. Matip basically, Lukaku holds off Matip round the back, and Lukaku just spins, and Matip gets turned here. And it releases Mount, who gets his shot away. He scuffs the shot in the end. It doesn't go through, or it comes off Robertson. Should be a Chelsea corner. We're still on the replay. I would be surprised if this goes out for a Liverpool goal kick. It should be a Chelsea corner. No corner given, though. It goes out for a Liverpool goal kick. Play continues with Fabinho, but chance there, and that's the first battle Lukaku has won. Turning Matip just inside out, puts Matip down, unfortunately. And Mount runs through, but just can't quite get a shot on target. However, Liverpool picked up the ball. Mane's come out to this right-hand side. Looks to play through Salah. He does. Salah charging in. Mane with a lovely overlap. Mane, can he get the ball across? Elliott. Elliott, no. He scuffs the shot. Elliott, it was on his right, so it's a difficult chance, but it is a chance about 15 yards out. Elliott picks up the ball in the box. It's a lovely link-up play between Mane and Salah. Salah releases Mane. Mane cuts it back. Elliott with acres of space, but the ball is bouncing. Goes with his right, can't keep it down, and he scuffs it in the end, and it goes over the Chelsea bar. But it was a chance there. You would have thought Liverpool were going to have to take chances like that. They're not going to be... But Liverpool picks up the ball. Liverpool are getting a lot of the ball. This is really good to see. They just need to work coming forward. Chelsea have done well to defend, but Chelsea are giving the ball away time and time again. We'll look at the stats in a minute, how many times they've turned the ball over, but it has been a lot. But Chelsea defending resolutely. I mean, they've got 5 at the back. And Reece James, we haven't seen much of. Marcus Alonso certainly not going forward. He's really playing quite a defensive position, Marcus Alonso. Liverpool have just got to try and find that key pass to unlock this Chelsea defence. As Trent comes out, picks it up, plays it back to Matip on this right-hand side. Matip plays it back to Trent. Not much movement going forward, not much for Trent to pick out, but he finds Harvey Elliott, who runs in. Fabinho on this right-hand side. Liverpool just have slowed the pace down a little bit, just looking to build up from the back. Comes back to Matip, back to Van Dijk. Over to Mane on this right-hand side. What can Mane do? The switcher play, that's what we need to see more of. That's Liverpool's threat, but it gets cut out by Alonso. Mane tries to play a ball over, but it's just too much loop on it. That's not a foul. Yeah, get up, Alonso. It is. Trent's got the ball here down this right-hand side. He releases Elliott, but he tries to play a 1-2. It's going to be a foul, though. Dangerous free kick to Liverpool. Jorginho, probably a little bit frustrated from the foul that he didn't get before, comes back and has just taken a chunk out of the Liverpool midfielder. And it's going to be a dangerous free kick, though, to Liverpool. And probably what you also want to see more of, what epitomised Norwich and Burnley, right? Were those crossfield passes. Trent hasn't really hit those today. Van Dijk hasn't been hitting those today. Robertson hasn't been hitting those. If they can just try and find those crossfield balls, Van Dijk into Harvey Elliott, Robertson into Harvey Elliott, Trent coming across and play it across to Mane. If they can start hitting those balls, there's going to get a bit of joy because Chelsea have been sloppy in this midfield. Okay, Chelsea are 1-0 up. Yes, we know that. But Liverpool are going to get chances if Chelsea continue to be this sloppy. And Trent's got one here. He stands over a free kick. It's a lovely ball in. It's just a bit too close, though, to Mendy. And Mendy comes out and claims it. It's about the third, I think, time that the ball's come in, and it's just been too close to the keeper. Mendy's done well. He comes out, he kind of marshals that 6-yard box really well, and he's obviously really good in the air, Mendy. But yeah, Liverpool just need to probably just a couple of yards back from the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper, if you are going to commit, make him come out just a little bit further and just ask that question. As Chelsea with a throw in just inside their own half. Look to play it out. Reece James kicks it out. It's going to be a Liverpool throw in. Liverpool playing this quickly now. Up to Van Dijk. Plays it back to Robertson on this left-hand side. Back to Van Dijk. Who's making the run? Kind of want to see a bit more attacking play from Van Dijk. It would be good. We know he can hit those passes. But he opts to play for Fabinho in the middle. Fabinho through. Finds Elliott. Knocks it back to Matip. Liverpool with a good spell of possession here. Henderson has been really... He's been all over the pitch, actually. He's now playing in a slightly deeper role. He was really in an advanced role in the first 20 minutes or so of this game. Comes out to Elliott on this right-hand side. Picks up Firmino. Firmino finds it back to Van Dijk, just inside Chelsea's half. Robertson. Mane turns beautifully. Got a bit of space. He's got a bit of overlap. He gives Jorginho the shoulder. Picks it up for a free kick. Got to be a free kick. No, free kick. And Lukaku's picked up the ball. He's going to have a bit of time to play this. Liverpool just got to be a little bit careful here as Jorginho has knocked it out. Jorginho and Kante not having the best of games. It's giving Liverpool chances there. Liverpool just need to be a little bit more clinical. Mane with a lovely turn tries to find... Kante's gone down now with an injury. But yeah, Liverpool, they're kind of trying to play it forward. You can see what they're trying to do. Mane with a beautiful turn in, tries to knock the ball forward, but it just they just need to find a little bit more of incision with those. It's almost as if you want Elliott to pick the ball up and look to play those cutting through balls. There's a lot of Chelsea defenders to get through there. However, it would be good and it would be nice to see more of that incisive passing, I think, coming through. As Kante's gone down and is getting treatment. So while Kante's down, let's take a look at the stats so far, and we'll come over to the stats bar and let's see how we're getting on. And we can see shots on target. Yeah, Liverpool yet to register and shot on target. That obviously needs to come, really. And we'll hopefully see more of that in the second half as the clock ticks over 40 minutes of the game so far in this first half. Chelsea with 2 shots on target, one of which, of course, was the goal. The other of which may have been actually Havertz kind of scuffing his shot and it rolling through to Alisson. Liverpool slightly better with the shots off target, a couple of block shots. Liverpool with more possession as well, 60% to Chelsea's 40%. Liverpool are dominating it in that midfield. They have turned the ball over a lot. It really has been a lot of times that Liverpool have turned the ball over. Chelsea being a little bit sloppy at the back there. So as we can see there, those are the stats. Let's bring back the tracker. Let's take a look at the table actually as it stands. Chelsea are top. Remember, this is as it stands. 3 games, 9 points. West Ham, of course, with that draw earlier on against Crystal Palace, puts them in on 7 points at second. And then Everton as well, the other team with 7 points. Liverpool just sitting 5th at the minute. But obviously this is as it stands, of course. They are currently, according to this, losing the game. So Firmino's coming off. Wow. Not quite sure if that's an injury or... I think Firmino, this is an injury. It wouldn't not be an injury. Certainly Firmino hasn't played badly at all. You know, he has really been bright in spells. But Diogo Jota is on. So let's flick back to our tracker and let's update the Let's update the team news then, because Firmino off, Diogo Jota on. As Harvey Elliott picks up the ball in this midfield, Liverpool have got the game back underway. Kante is back on the pitch. Jota picks up the ball, plays it out to Salah on this right-hand side. Looks to play it quickly. He does beautifully to Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott plays a lovely chip ball through to Jota out on this right-hand side. Jota with the ball in. Trent just can't quite gather it. Blue loops up, comes out as far as Chelsea intercepted it. Far as good defensive play from Havertz, who runs this ball out and plays it forward. But Van Dijk is there over Lukaku. Bossed him. 2-0, Van Dijk will keep score. 2-0 for one-on-ones with Lukaku versus Van Dijk. Liverpool pick this ball back up. Can they find a goal before the break? 2 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Liverpool out on this right-hand side. Trent's picked it up on this right. Looks to play ball through to Salah. Salah with Alonso coming in on him, but looks to play back to Jota. Back to Fabinho. Liverpool have just got to try and find the space if they can cut through. Nice few bit of one-touch passing here. Salah's picked the ball up. He's going to turn Alonso. Alonso shows him, but Jorginho with a good tackle in there. And Jorginho, oh, it's going to be a foul to Chelsea, but Alonso held up Salah there. Salah has just got the beating of Marcus Alonso. It's just so obvious. It really has. And Marcus Alonso just pulls back on Salah there. Just can't. Basically doesn't let Salah get away as Jorginho intercepts the ball and Salah kicks the ball away in frustration. But that's pretty much what Alonso's going to have to do to get Salah. He's just going to have to bring him down, because we've seen so far in this game those one-on-ones with Alonso. Salah has just got the better of Alonso out on that right-hand side. Final few minutes then of this first half. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think at half-time? What would you like to see in the second half from Liverpool to try and get back into this game? 1-0 down, but we'll stay with it because Robertson's got a bit of space out on this left-hand side. Still inside Liverpool's half, but okay, the ball comes back to Van Dijk. And Alexander-Arnold picks it up on this right-hand side. Looks to play a ball forward. It's looping. It comes as far as Salah, but Salah does well to trap it. It's got to be a foul. Referee plays on. They're not picking up these fouls. It was a backed into and he wasn't getting it. However, Matip does well to marshal out Lukaku. Ball comes up. Lukaku's picked it up out to Van Dijk, though. He gets it. Henderson's got the ball here. Can Liverpool find a goal in this end of this first half? Jota's picked the ball up. He's got Mane out to his left. Doesn't use him. He looks to run ball back in and it goes out. It goes out. It's going to be a corner. It is. There's going to be time to take it as well. 3 minutes added on. Just ticked over into the 45th minute and it's going to be a Liverpool corner. Can we find the goal here? Oh, come on, Liverpool. You can do this. Robertson's just got to find a better ball in. A couple of his balls so far haven't been quite on the mark. Just got to beat that first man. Ask the question. Find Van Dijk. Find Matip. Can he do it? Ball comes in. It's a better ball in. It comes out. It's only as far as Matip. Matip, no! Oh, Matip scuffed it, but Matip! It's off the board. It's going to go. It's handball. Got to be a handball. It's a goal line scramble. It's got to be a penalty to Liverpool. It's got to be. Oh, so much has gone on here. That has got to be a penalty. It has to be. It has to be. VAR are going to look at this. They've got to look at this. That was a goal line scramble. Matip scuffs the shot. Comes out to Matip again. Heads it in. Comes off the line. Trent's there. Goes in off Reece James. Reece James, it looks to. The Liverpool fans are apoplectic. Comes in from Mane. It's off the thigh onto the arm from Reece James. Is that a pen? Is that a pen? Matip off the crossbar. Mane goes in. The ball's not over the line, but he's kind of looped his arm. He swings the arm up. It's up. It's unnatural. I must admit, I'm not quite sure what the rules are this year on penalties. However, come up to the thigh. It's hit James on the thigh. It's then hit him on the arm, but he's looped his arm up to protect the ball as it's come up. It might be that action that undoes Reece James. It's a monitor. The ref's going to a monitor. Oh, guys. Oh, this could be a Liverpool penalty. This could be a Liverpool penalty. Come on. Come on. Come on. He's gone over. And it is the right arm of James. It's the fact that he's just looped it up. Referee, he's coming back. He's coming back. Penalty. Yes. Penalty to Liverpool. Yes, yes, yes. It's a red card. Red card for Reece James. Oh my God! This match has turned. Unbelievable. unbelievable. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. It's a penalty to Liverpool. Right at the death, 47 minutes gone. Reece James, adjudged to have handball. I agree. It's just the way it's angled, the way his arm comes up. However, it was on the line. It was on the goal line, so it stopped a goal chance opportunity. And he's booked Rudiger as well, I think, for the gestations after. However, Reece James, I suppose it is true. It's right. He has blocked a goal-scoring opportunity with his arm. He was the last man. He was on the line. It's a red card. Liverpool with a penalty. This game has changed. It's changed by way of the red card. If Liverpool convert this, the game has changed completely. Let's wait and see. Salah is probably going to be the man to come up and take it. They're still just going through the aftermath of this. I can't quite believe what I've just seen. This has just turned, this game. Unbelievable. Chelsea players still arguing with the referee, Azpilicueta and Jorginho at the minute. I think Azpilicueta's trying to say, look, the ball's come up on his thigh. It's not going to get overturned. He sent Reece James off, which is a little frustrating, I must admit. I've got him in my fantasy team, but I'll take that. I'll take a Liverpool penalty for a Reece James red card any day of the week. Mo Salah. Can Mo Salah do this? Can Mo Salah do this? Mo Salah with the penalty up against Mendy. What a moment this is. And this game, this is why we love football. It turns like that. Chelsea have lost their width. They've lost their right-hand man down here. But Salah, let's stay with the penalty because Salah just still not yet. Referee blows his whistle. Salah waits. Salah turns, runs in. Left foot shot. Goal! Yes! Mo Salah sends Mendy the wrong way. Beautiful pen, as fast as you like. Bottom left-hand corner. And Henderson, there's a bit of afters here. Oh my God, a referee's going to have to blow up for half time. There's a bit of afters. Henderson's done something. Henderson looks to have done something. Alonso and Robertson, something's going to kick off here. What's going to happen? Chelsea are fuming. I think Mendy's going to get a yellow card. The ref's got his yellow card out. Azpilicueta looks to just be gripping the referee's arms as if to say, don't give it. Mendy's got a yellow card. What has happened there? There is afters, basically. Chelsea fans look furious. I'm not quite sure what's happened. We'll see on the replay. I'm speechless. I am speechless. This last 4 minutes have just been unbelievable. I mean, absolutely unbelievable. Tuchel is really going mad at the fourth official. Understandably, I guess, if you just had a man sent off. But I will wait to see what happened with Mendy. Mendy's been booked. It looked to be with Henderson. At least Henderson was running away. Ref would do well to blow for half time, I think, here, to be honest, because tempers have flared a little bit. And the ball runs clear. We'll stay with it. The game's still live into the 50th minute. Played 3 minutes, but we're going to have probably a few more based on that added on time and that just absolute carnage, bedlam that was taking place in the Chelsea box. I mean, it all started with Matip. The ball comes into Matip and Matip essentially tries to get a shot away, scuffs it, comes back to Matip, heads it against the crossbar. The ball falls out to Mane. Mane pokes it with his toe, goes through to Reece James, hits Reece James on the thigh. Reece James, remember, is standing on the goal line, hits Reece James on the thigh, and it rolls up and he just loops his arm up. It's that action that's done him, basically, because if he left his arm there and it hits him, I don't think it's a penalty. But the fact that he's looped it up, it is half time. Well, the referee's door is going to be banged down, I would have thought, to be honest, because Chelsea have just surrounding the ref. They're all going round. Trent's just trying to get an ear in, and I'm not quite sure what the Chelsea fans are complaining about, whether it's the red card itself or whether it's something that's happened. But was it a penalty? We'll wait to... was it a penalty? Sorry, yes, I think it was. Sorry, because the ball comes out, his arm comes up. Salah, cool as you like, dispatches the penalty beautifully, sends Mendy the wrong way. There is then a bit of afters. Mendy gets booked. Henderson looks to be the player maybe involved, the way the Chelsea players are reacting. Here we go. So we'll see the replay. Henderson comes in. Mendy boots the ball into Henderson. Yeah, Mendy in frustration. So Mendy's just conceded a penalty. So the ball is loose. It's in the net. Henderson celebrating, runs in to go and get the ball. Mendy comes running out and just tries to lamp the ball away. Cuts across Henderson. Henderson obviously not happy because the ball basically gets swung at his feet. As it's now Petr Cech gestating with the referee. What a half of football. I think I now just have the time to update the scores. And it is 1-1. Chelsea down to 10 men with that red card for Reece James. Chelsea took the lead early on in the game with a Kai Havertz. Reece James with the assist, gets the corner in. Havertz with a looping header beats Alisson. But my word, did it all kick off towards the end of that first half. Ball comes in from a corner, comes out to Matip. Matip tries to get a shot away, can't quite get it cleanly. Goes back off to a Chelsea defender, comes back out to Matip. Matip with a header onto the crossbar, comes off the crossbar. It's a bit of bedlam in the middle. The ball bounces down. Everyone's trying to get in. In the end, it falls to Mane, but Mane's only got enough room to really poke at it. He does get it on target. Reece James standing on the line, hits his thigh. He moves his arm up, hits his arm. Chelsea get it clear. VAR pull it back. Red card, VAR judge, it is a penalty, or they ask the referee to go over to the monitor. That's probably the quickest I've seen a referee spend time at the monitor. Only 5 seconds, really. Decides, gives the penalty, also sends off Reece James. Chelsea down to 10 men. It is at the end of an incredibly high-octane first half. Liverpool 1, Chelsea 1. Go and catch your breath, guys. I'll be back at the start of the second half. We'll take a short break now, but guys, it's been a pleasure. Hit us up on the chat. Let us know what your thoughts are of this match. Let us now know what your thoughts are of the second half. It's my word, it's going to be interesting. You do not want to miss it. See you back in about 10 minutes, guys. Take care for now. Welcome back, everybody. The second half has kicked off, and my word, what an end to that first half. Couple of subs to tell you about in this second half from Chelsea. Kai Havertz and N'Golo Kante have come off. Havertz off for Thiago Silva and N'Golo Kante off for Kovacic. So, yeah, there we go. Then Chelsea with a couple of changes. I think Kante was carrying a bit of an injury. That might explain the Kovacic substitution. And I think Havertz for Thiago Silva is a tactical decision from the red card to Reece James at the end of that first half. So we'll see what happens now as the game gets back underway. And Harvey Elliott's got the ball, but he gives it away to Rudiger. And Rudiger on this right-hand side knocks it clear, but Van Dijk marshals it. God, this is going to change the shape of this game now. Liverpool have got a golden opportunity here to really dominate. That threat from Reece James down the right has disappeared. Thiago Silva's come on. It looks to be Thiago Silva, Rudiger and Christensen as the back three. Azpilicueta's moved out to the right-hand side. And obviously Marcos Alonso on this left. But Liverpool look to come forward here, and Salah's going to take on Jorginho. Can he get the better of him? He does. Jorginho sends Jorginho flying. Turns Rudiger, knocks the ball in. And it comes through to Henderson, who goes back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk's going to try and play it round to this left-hand side. Comes through to Fabinho. Robertson's on the overlap. Robertson's there with his left foot. Can he get a cross in? He can't. So Robertson comes back, and it goes out for a Liverpool throw. As Robertson with the ball in, comes out into Rudiger. Rudiger heads it clear only as far as Salah. Salah's in that position. Kind of plays it through to Elliott on this right-hand side, but it gets deflected. Comes back through to Salah, though. Salah knocks it into Henderson. Henderson out on this right-hand side. Looks to find Trent. He does find Trent. Trent turns. Alonso's fouled him. Alonso's fouled him. Ref, give the foul. All Alonso's got in his locker this game is just hauling players down. It's so frustrating. Anyway, comes out to Kovacic. Liverpool really pressing high now with Hendo, Jorginho, Chelsea trying to play it clear, but Liverpool with this press. Mane comes out to Mendy. Henderson could have been a bit tighter on Rudiger there, but Rudiger allows Rudiger to get the clearance through, but it's only going to be as far as Van Dijk, as Matip marshals Lukaku nicely, and it goes back to Alisson. Liverpool looking to start this half brightly, pressing really well so far, and like I said, golden opportunity this for Liverpool. As look to get forward, Alonso with a defensive header only as far as Elliott. Elliott does well, plays a nice back heel, but can't quite find Liverpool player as it comes out to Kovacic. He was looking for Trent there on this right-hand side, but Elliott not giving it up, pressing. Marcos Alonso, that's it, press him. Oh, it's gone out for a Chelsea throw. I think Alonso looks a bit vulnerable down this left-hand side defensively, so I wonder rather whether or not they're going to look to exploit that in this second half. Azpilicueta's moved out to the right-hand side to cover for Reece James. Thiago Silva on. Chelsea still playing with a back five. And he plays it through. Ref's got to play on. He does. Jota's got his in. Salah's in. Rudiger marshals him nicely. Oh, it was a nice through ball from Salah. It's from Jota through to Salah, but Salah just can't quite. It's going to be a foul, yeah. Rudiger gets a foul over by the corner flag. And it's a chance missed for Liverpool. Referee plays on. Fair enough. He's done it all game. Jota picks up the ball, tries to release Salah. He does, but it's just a bit too much on it. And Rudiger's able to just intercept it, run the ball out to the Chelsea corner flag. And it goes, and Salah's then adjudged to a fouled Rudiger. Over by the corner flag, so it's going to be a Chelsea free kick, as we're just seeing highlights on the video again of that Reece James penalty. Let us know in the chat, what did you think? Penalty, no penalty? For me, penalty. Just unnatural movement of his arm that has really done him there for Reece James. Had he kept it down by his right-hand side? Maybe not, I don't know, but he didn't. As Van Dijk, 3-0 now, Van Dijk on Lukaku, as he's marshalled him. And Van Dijk comes down this right-hand side, releases Fabinho. Fabinho looks to play centre of the pitch. There's Elliott. Elliott looks to play Van Dijk. Van Dijk in. Elliott's going to play it back to Van Dijk. Sorry, Van Dijk up to Matip. Matip's going to run it out as Matip does well. Turns it into Jota, who picks it up on the halfway line. Robertson comes over the halfway line, sprinting across. Plays it through to Mane on the left-hand side, right on this byline. Mane's got a jinking run. Can he jink Azpilicueta? He does. He plays it back to Henderson. Henderson, can he get a ball across? Trent, who's drifted into the middle, plays a nice ball into Elliott. Elliott back out to Salah. It's a lovely build-up play. Salah with a lovely outside of the foot. Jotting. Oh, it's a chance. It's over. Oh, it's a good chance for Liverpool. Oh, it's lovely build-up play. And Salah disguises the cross beautifully outside of the left foot. Comes out through to Jota. It's a bit high. He gets a bit under it, Jota, and the ball just sails over the Chelsea bar. It is a chance for Liverpool, and you get the impression a lot of these chances are going to come as Chelsea look to play it out the back with Marcos Alonso. Marcos Alonso hoofs it forward, gets intercepted by Van Dijk. Chelsea really need to just basically sort themselves out here. And Van Dijk with a rocket. Oh, it's a miss. But Alexander-Arnold in, comes through to Mane. Oh, he comes out. Elliott there, Salah. Oh my God, this game of football we love so much. Salah with a cross in. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, and it's going to go out for a Chelsea goal kick. Van Dijk has hit an absolute rocket. An absolute rocket. He's just stung the hands of Mendy. Mendy can only power it. It's got so much power on it. Mendy parries it to the left-hand side. Good save from Mendy in the end. It's a lovely, lovely hit from Van Dijk. Parries it out to the left-hand side. And it's gone out for a Chelsea goal kick in the end after Liverpool try and get the ball back over. Liverpool starting the second half so brightly, not giving Chelsea a sniff. Lukaku's not really had much of the game. Alonso loses it again. They're going to have to do something with Alonso. He's had an awful game so far. Henderson comes through, plays a nice ball out. Harvey Elliott's on this right-hand side. Can he keep it in? Can he keep it in? Yes, he does. Beautifully. He's with Alonso. He's with... Oh, Alonso, you lucky, lucky man. Oh, Alonso. Literally all Alonso's had in his locker so far is fall over. That's all he's had. And he wins a foul for it. He kind of stumbles. Elliott tries to nutmeg him. And it gets trapped in the middle of Alonso. Alonso doesn't really know what's going on between his legs. And he kind of falls over. Harvey Elliott tries to kick the ball out from the back of his legs. And it's a foul. It is a foul. But there is a weakness there down that left-hand side. And Chelsea, if they don't address it, Liverpool with Trent, with Elliott, with Salah down that right-hand side are going to make Alonso just continue to look... Well, yeah, not having a great game. Just needs to, well, if you're a Chelsea fan, you need to pick it up. If you're a Liverpool fan, absolutely loving Alonso's performance so far. It's not been great, and Liverpool really could exploit that, and I hope they do. Come on, Liverpool, exploit down that right-hand side, hit those balls out to Elliott, out to Trent on that right-hand side. They're going. They haven't really spent much time down that left. I think they're probably isolating this left-hand side of Chelsea's defence as a key area where they can play balls into. Trent looks to cut inside though. Fabinho's there. Fabinho plays a ball back. Knocks it forward to knocks it back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk picks out Mane. Mane's going to run forward just inside on this left-hand side. He does. He runs. He tries to play a neat back heel. He does to find Jota. Jota out to Robertson. Robertson through. Quick ball to Fabinho. Fabinho's just going to... Their patient build-up play here. Henderson knocks it all the way around to Salah. Salah looks to play a quick ball through. Does nicely. Trent does well there, but it just gets crowded out. Chelsea do get the ball away. Alonso looks to release Kovacic, and he does. Kovacic marauding down this right-hand side. Can Lukaku find the run? He's found Lukaku. What can Lukaku... It's Lukaku versus Van Dijk. It's already 3-0 to Van Dijk. Lukaku knocks it back to Alonso. Alonso with the ball in. It's floated. Robertson has cleared it, but only as far as the byline on the right-hand side. Mount's going to pick it up. He can get a ball in if he can. Can he find Lukaku? Van Dijk's going to have a bit of a job to do here. Alisson parries it clear. Comes here. Alisson's going to catch this. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Alisson claims it in the end. A little bit of a chance there for Chelsea. Got Mount with a lot of space on this right-hand side. One man they're looking for. It's Lukaku. Couldn't really find him. He knocks it a bit too close to Van Dijk and to Alisson. In the end, it's a little bit scrappy, but Alisson ends up claiming the ball. As Liverpool looking to switch the ball much quicker now, and I think probably that's what we've been told. Didn't really see too much of that in the first half, to be honest. So that switching of the play, really, really nice to see. As it goes down the right-hand side here, lovely switch of the ball to Salah. Salah slightly misplaced it. He's up against Alonso. What can he do? What can he do? He plays it back to Henderson. Henderson plays a ball into Elliott. Back to Henderson, just out on this right-hand side. Through to Salah. Salah through to Trent. They're kind of rondoing their way through Chelsea here. Henderson looks to play it across ball, plays it to Van Dijk. Van Dijk out to Mane on this left-hand side. Mane has came alive against Burnley in the second half, plays it beautifully, wins it. Oh, he doesn't quite get it through, but he's going to win it back beautifully. Can he turn Silva? He's got Silva one-on-one here. Can he toss the ball in? He does get the ball in, but Jorginho's going to get this clear. Only as far as Van Dijk, who's going to pick this up. It's still with Liverpool, this, and there's a lot, oh my God, there's a lot to be happy about, and there's a lot to be excited about for Liverpool so far. It has been a really, really positive start to this second half. 10 minutes in, 55 minutes gone. As it's out to Robertson on this left-hand side. Mane looks to try the overlap. Robertson doesn't choose him. Plays it out to Henderson on this left-hand side. Mane jinking, plays a lovely cut-through ball to Robertson. Robertson takes a touch. Mane back in there. Comes through to Jota. Handball again, another handball appeal. They're going to have a look at it. It's going to go out for a Liverpool throw. Jota with his arms up, appealing for a handball. Looked a little bit soft. I couldn't quite see it. The camera just wasn't zoomed in enough, so I couldn't quite see exactly what was going on. However, comes out to Trent on this right-hand side. It is all Liverpool, and Trent just tries to be a bit clever, tries to play a through ball. Liverpool have got to be careful. That's going to have too much on it. Alisson's going to be able to come out and claim this. Liverpool just got to be a bit careful of that counter. If they try to be a bit too cute going forward, if they try to play that intricacy a little bit too much, if they do get the ball turned over, Lukaku's there on the prowl, on the halfway line. Yes, we've got Van Dijk and Matip at the back. However, Liverpool just got to be a little bit careful. They don't give away the ball in the final third too cheaply. They've got a lot of time, a lot of patience. Chelsea have just basically battened down the hatches. Liverpool knocking on the door. It's going to see what Liverpool can do to knock this through. But it's a lovely ball through. Fabinho with a shot. It gets deflected out to Lukaku. Matip wins the ball though. And the ball gets cleared by Rudiger. And Lukaku is not going to even chase it. Liverpool have got the ball. They're camped out in Chelsea's half. Chelsea just have not had anything, and Chelsea have got to do this for the remaining of the match. It's going to be difficult for them. Mane tries to play in Robertson. Ball gets deflected off Christensen, comes back to Mane. Mane on this right-hand side. Switch across to Trent. Trent's a little bit more central now. He does that quite a lot. He's not really being the option on the right-hand side. He's more of the central player. Salah on this right-hand side. Trent again plays a cute ball over to Salah. Salah, and Rudiger. Oh, it's a lovely ball in. We're seeing Trent a little bit more central in the second half. It's really interesting to see. Trent is really clearly to be the man who's going to try and play that release ball that is going to look to unlock the Chelsea defence. Comes out for a Liverpool corner. Liverpool, I think, are probably going to play this short, actually. And they do to Trent. Trent with a lovely ball in. It goes, however, too far, to the back stick. All the way through to Robertson. Can I catch my breath? Comes through to Henson. Henson with a lovely shot. It was akin to the Chelsea goal, to the Henderson goal against Chelsea a few seasons back. He's picked the ball out about 25 yards out, curls off, it hits Lukaku, it takes the deflection. It should be a Liverpool corner here. And it was going on target, but it just deflects off Lukaku, and it's going to go out, hopefully for a Liverpool goal kick. Liverpool corner, but Liverpool have just pressed this. It's gone out for a goal kick to Chelsea. Oh, rubbish. That should have been a Liverpool corner. However, Chelsea have got the ball back. Have given the ball away as soon as I've said that. Fabinho's got the ball. Trent down this right-hand side, just slightly misplayed. Well, it's a bit of a kind of, not poor ball, but it's just behind Trent. So Trent's got to check his run a little bit. Pace has slowed down a little bit. You can kind of see Chelsea, every man behind the ball. And they just need to, probably Liverpool, just need to stretch the play a little bit. Just need to find a little bit more of the crossfield ball. Mane tries to jink it through. He can't quite get there. Henderson Robertson intercepts down to Fabinho. Fabinho's going to have a shot. He does. Fabinho, it's parried, and it's Mendy saves down to his left-hand side. Mendy's going to have to be sharp for this final 30 minutes of the game. He really is. They are really banging this door down now. Liverpool, Fabinho with a lovely shot in. Liverpool play the corner quickly. Comes back out. Liverpool looking to play every corner short. They've probably picked up to say, get the ball in. Trent does. It goes up to Matip. Matip out. Robertson. It's parried away by Mendy again. Mendy, don't have one of those games. Please don't have one of those games. Lukaku tries to clear it, goes straight back to Trent. Trent with a poor ball in though, and he gets it back though. Literally nothing offered from Chelsea. This is just brutal from Liverpool. Knocking down this door. Chelsea resolute in defence so far. Can Liverpool find the key that unlocks this Chelsea defence? If they can, my word, they're just going to get goal after goal if they can. But we know Chelsea are resolute. Chelsea are disciplined at the back, and they're doing so. Liverpool just need to find a little bit more incision. However, so far, so good. Trent's occupied the space on the right-hand side now. Will Matip find him? He does. Comes out to Trent on this right-hand side. Back through, plays it back up to Salah. Liverpool looking just to kind of pass it back. They're probably about 40 yards out, and they're just knocking it down the defensive line. Matip and Van Dijk very high up, camped out in Chelsea's half. Really, it has been. Matip here on this right-hand side, looks to play a ball in, gets cut out by Jorginho. They just need to be careful, Liverpool. Like I said, not to give away too many sloppy passes. They just need to find the man, find that run, and try to... As Mane picks up the ball. Mane jinks. It's just going to be played behind Robertson, but only as far as... Jota and Kovacic comes up to clear it. But Kovacic dallies on the ball. He gets away with it, really. Liverpool could have turned that over as it comes up to Lukaku. Lukaku's going to have to hold the ball up, but only as far as Henderson. Lukaku can't hold this ball up. He's really going to suffer, Lukaku, here. He's not going to have the runs coming forward. Elliott comes out to Elliott on this right-hand side. What can Elliott do? He comes up one-on-one with Alonso. Alonso falls to the ground. Classic. And it goes out for a Liverpool corner. Oh my goodness me, this game. Catch your breath stuff again from Liverpool. It is absolutely unbelievable. My word, Liverpool are playing absolutely beautifully this second half. What can they do? Like I said, probably just need to be a little bit careful in that second half. Elliott takes it in, first time, goes through, comes up. It's going to go out for another Liverpool corner. No, Chelsea goal kick in the end. Catch your breath, my word. Take a minute. Chelsea not able to get out of their half. Robertson hits a shot in. Mendy saves. Van Dijk has hit a shot. Mendy has saved. Fabinho's hit a shot. Mendy has saved. They may not get a bit of joy trying to beat Mendy from long distance. Maybe they will. I'm not sure. They just need to be a little bit cleverer. But however, not to negate that, because Chelsea do have all their players camped back. So these long shots. Oh, Mendy takes a slide as he plays the goal kick, and it's only come as far as Mane. Mane just slightly misplaces the touch, and it goes out. Oh, Mendy's got away with one. Mendy hits the goal kick completely wrong. Misplaces his foot, slips over, comes as far as Mane. However, Mane's first touch is just a bit loose, and Christensen comes across to cover. Mane does get a tackle in, but it goes out for a Chelsea throw. And I think Chelsea probably are going to try and run down the clock here. 30 minutes to go. It's a lot of clock to run. But like I said, Liverpool have just got to be a little bit patient, a little bit careful at the back. As, yeah, Chelsea, they're going to switch now to time wasting. They are. And the ball, I mean, Chelsea are taking the ball about 20 yards further up the field than they should have done. And this is what they're going to do now, Chelsea. They're going to look to frustrate Liverpool. Liverpool just got to be a bit calmer. Frustrate away, that's fine. But as long as Liverpool have got the ball, Chelsea aren't going to do anything, right? So Liverpool stay with the ball now. Van Dijk back to Alisson. Alisson knocks it forward to Van Dijk. Fabinho looks to come forward. Plays it to Mane. Back to Fabinho. Through to Henderson. Matip. Trent on this right-hand side. Can he find a pass in? No. Opts to play it back to Matip. Fabinho's got the ball on this left-hand side. Plays a nice crossfield ball to Robertson on the left. Henderson's picked up the ball. Robertson's played it through to Henderson. Henderson finds Trent. Again, they're just 40 yards out. Just knocking it round the back. Trying to probe. Trying to find that pace. Here's that lovely ball through from Henderson. Henderson tries to play a through ball and Thiago has intercepted it. And Jorginho, Chelsea, can they counter? Chelsea not looking really to counter. No one really coming forward except Alonso. It's Alonso 2 on 5 here, but Mount has come up. Alonso's played a nice ball over. Good ball that from Alonso over to the top. It's come out to Mount. What can Van Dijk do? Van Dijk's kind of blocked it off, and Mount's got the ball. There's an overlap here. Azpilicueta, got to be careful. Chance. Lukaku there. Matip with a lovely clearance off. Lukaku got the shot away. Matip has cleared it. Like I said, careful Liverpool. If you look to counter, you can try and counter, but you've got to watch out for that Chelsea attack as they come forward. Oh, Henderson, you've got to go up. Oh, Henderson's given a header away. Should have played it up the pitch. There were 3 Liverpool players on the overlap. Oh, Alonso's lost the ball. Alonso's all right coming forward. Don't get me wrong. He's put a couple of crosses in that have been really nice, and you know he has got forward okay. Well, it's just defensively he's been really all over the place. I think for Chelsea, and Liverpool can really exploit that if they can just get okay. Alonso is protected with those 3 at the back, so Liverpool probably just need to find, and you get the sense this is going to be a little bit like chess now. This football game, it is turned into chess. You can kind of see what Liverpool are trying to do, knock it round up the 40-yard line, kind of knocking it back and forth, trying to probe, trying to find a gap. Chelsea happy to sit back, happy to absorb the pressure. So far they've absorbed it. But Liverpool are knocking. Chelsea not really interested at all in going forward. Not at all. Salah down this right-hand side. Looks to turn Alonso. He does. Elliott's picked up the ball on this left-hand side. Plays it back to Trent. Trent loves 1-2 with Elliott. However, Elliott's running with his back to goal, but plays a lovely crossfield pass to Van Dijk. Beautiful ball to spot him. Henderson's picked the ball up on this left-hand side. Robertson has as well. Mane looks to play a 1-2. Doesn't quite get it. Jota plays it through to Mane. And yes, Liverpool just need to find this. They just need to find this. Goal kick to Chelsea. Liverpool have got a golden opportunity here. We have a golden opportunity to win this game and take the 3 points. To do that, Liverpool are going to have to transition. Now, while there's a break in play, I'm just going to show you what I mean here, actually. And we're going to come back to the stats board for this. So what I mean is that this is pretty much a fair representative of Chelsea in this second half. It is. Chelsea have just been at the back. They've not 11 men, or 10 men now, down to 10. Reece James has been sent off. So Chelsea are basically kind of just doing this at the moment. They're kind of playing narrow, absorbing the pressure. There's a chance here for Salah. Oh, and Salah has just lofted it over the bar. And Thiago Silva's going to get this clear. It's going to go out for a Chelsea goal kick. The ball safe. So Chelsea are basically this. They're compact at the back. Liverpool have got every man forward. And I mean every man forward, pretty much, apart from Alisson. Van Dijk and Matip are pretty much camped out here at the moment. And every other Liverpool player is ahead. And what Liverpool are doing, they're probably playing, when I say the 40-yard line, I probably mean around here. Liverpool are knocking the ball up and down this line. And they're probing, they're moving it out to Robertson. Robertson's taking a bit of time up here. Mane's coming out on the right-hand side as well. But Salah has camped out here. Trent is camped out here. And Elliott is camped out here. And they're kind of playing it up this blue line, trying to probe and find a gap. Haven't quite found it yet. Probably what I'd like to see a little bit more of is Trent. He did it a couple of times and has looked pretty sharp. Come in a little bit more central. Play Elliott and Salah through. See if you can find that killer ball. Because that's what's going to unlock Chelsea, I think, on this right-hand side. We'll see, however, like I said, we'll see. If they don't, okay, but let's see what happens. We'll quick back to the tracker in a minute. Let's go back, but we'll just clear some of these off first. And let's go back to the tracker. But you get a sense there of how Liverpool are playing and how they're trying to pick this ball up and how they're trying to win it, essentially. And so far, it's come out for I think this should be a Liverpool corner, I think. So essentially, Chelsea have given the ball away, Rudiger, and it's slight, maybe offside adjudged on the edge there. Referee assistants waved it through, but they get a corner. This is going to be a corner to Liverpool. Let's see what they can do. Trent, they're not going to play it short anymore. I think they're going to look to play these long balls in. And Trent, it comes in it comes, doesn't beat the first man. Oh, just beat the first man. Come on, Trent. Plays a quick, goes back out for a Liverpool throw though. Plays a quick ball through. Elliott, Trent's got the ball up again, and Alonso does manage to get the block in. Comes only as far as Elliott, though. Elliott plays a neat ball in. Mane's who's occupied a bit of space down this right-hand side. Ball gets lost in his feet. Alonso's lost it. Alonso has lost it again. Comes up to Henderson. Come on, Liverpool. You can do this. Matip, Henderson. Oh, my goodness. I don't know if I could take 23 minutes of this, but this is probably what we're in for. Just don't get hit on the counter, Liverpool. That's all. Just be a bit careful at the back, and you can do this and keep probing. Keep trying to find a passage of play. You think if Liverpool get the goal, Chelsea, the match won't stay like this. Chelsea are going to have to kind of try and come out and find a way. But so far, Chelsea happy to absorb the pressure as Elliott picks up the ball on this right-hand side. Can't really get through down the right, so he opts to play down that 40-yard line to Henderson. Henderson finds Robertson. Robertson charging forward. Robertson looks to take on Azpilicueta. He does. Finds Mane. Through to Azpilicueta, however, it pings through and Jorginho's got the ball. Jorginho hounded, though. It's going to be a free kick to Chelsea, though, on this right-hand side. It's only a matter of time, you think, before Liverpool get a chance. And Thiago is going to come on for Liverpool. And while we've got that break in play, let's just update. And Mendy is already on a booking, so he can't really time waste as much as he probably would like to in this second half. Chelsea have looked to adopt the kind of time-wasting strategy, as you might expect. As Mane finds space down this left-hand side. And it's with Mane. Mane tries to find a ball in. He's looked for a handball, kind of Sissoko style in the Champions League final. Referee doesn't give it, isn't ever going to give it. Van Dijk, well, just crowds out Mount. Really not getting past there. Van Dijk beautifully puts his body in the way of Mount as he tries to get past him. Stands him up, and Liverpool win the ball back. It's with Harvey Elliott on the halfway line. Plays a ball back to Matip. Plays a nice early ball forward, cuts out Van Dijk and plays a good ball forward to Henderson. Robertson on this left-hand side. Robertson hasn't really got forward as much as he'd like. He hasn't really linked up too much. Well, actually, he has linked up, but he's not quite playing those marauding 1-2s you'd expect to see from Robertson with Mane as well, Mount just wrestles him down to the ground. However, it is with Mane down on this left-hand side. What has Mane got? He goes down. Oh, the ref doesn't give a foul. Mane just needs to stay on his feet a little bit more. as Lukaku's got the ball. It's Matip Van Dijk versus Lukaku. Lukaku's out far on the right-hand side. No Chelsea player really getting forward. Lukaku tries a few step-overs, gets it. He does find it back, but he only finds it as far. Jota tracking back. Lukaku misplaces the ball. Jota intercepts Henderson. Can he get the ball forward? He does. Salah's out. It's a bit of space, more space than we've seen so far in this game. As Salah comes in on the right-hand side, plays lovely ball through. Elliott turn. No, you should have shot. Oh, Elliott tries to play. Oh, he tries to play Salah back. Fair play, okay, trying to see it, but he had loads of players on the other side of the pitch. Could have even taken the shot away at the edge of the box, but he doesn't. He opts to play in Salah and Chelsea intercept it. Chelsea do not want to come forward at all. You can see their game plan now is just not to basically come forward as they knock the ball round the back. It's with Thiago Silva. This is the first spell of possession Chelsea have had. Let's take a look at the stats, actually, because it's going to be really interesting, I think, to see what the stats are. I imagine possession-wise, Liverpool have just dominated it. Yeah, 68% there, 32-32's Chelsea. Liverpool with a lot more shots on target now, 5. Chelsea not having registered a shot at all in this second half, either on target or off target. And possession-wise, dominating as with all others. However, this is a game of football and Chelsea are still in this. Can Chelsea find a winner? I mean, I don't want to jinx it. It's going to be really annoying if they do, because they've really offered nothing as Alonso's out on this right-hand side. And Mount on Azpilicueta on this right-hand side. What have Chelsea got? What have Chelsea got here? And it's going to go out for a Chelsea corner, I think. Liverpool just kind of slowed down a little bit. However, not really to be too much worried about, I don't think, at this moment. Liverpool still looking relatively sharp as they try to come forward. However, this is going to be a corner to Chelsea out on this right-hand side. And Alonso's coming out to take this corner. Looking for Lukaku. It's a good ball in from Alonso. Matip, though, towers above it and gets it only as far as Kovacic. Kovacic picks up the ball, opts to play it back. Christensen, last man back, who plays it back to Mendy. Elliott hounding, chasing. Mendy with a pretty poor clearance. If Liverpool can get hold of this, they can't. Oh, Mendy plays again. Another loose ball forward. Almost gets picked up by Trent. But Chelsea coming forward. Chelsea are coming forward. Alonso gets dispossessed as the ball comes forward. And it comes over to Henderson on this left-hand side. And Trent on this right-hand side plays it over to Salah. Salah's got the ball now. Henderson is in the centre box, tries to chink it through, can't quite get it. Robson, a lovely ball in. Can Mane get it? Azpilicueta opts to header it out. It's going to be a Liverpool corner. Nice ball in there from Trent. Azpilicueta had Mane right behind him. Mane looks to go up, can't quite get up there. And Azpilicueta kicks it out, or heads it out, for a Liverpool corner, as we have a change here. Van Dijk takes the captaincy because Henderson is going off and he's being replaced by Thiago. And Thiago comes on. What can Liverpool do from this corner kick? It's going to be taken by Robertson. Outswinger from Robertson. In it comes. Ball floats. Good ball in. And Mendy comes out to claim it. Mendy's done well with that so far. It's probably about 4 or 5 times he's done that with a cross in from Liverpool. He's really commanded that goal so far. Liverpool are going to have to do well to beat him, I think, to be honest. However, they're going to have more chances. They certainly are. Liverpool will have more chances. As Chelsea do look to get a bit more possession. Kovacic picks up the ball just over the halfway line, plays it back to Alonso. Alonso knocks it back to to Thiago Silva. Knocks it back to Rudiger, plays it back to Mendy. Liverpool hounding though. Liverpool hounding. Mendy's got to be careful. If Liverpool can press, keep the press going. Jota looks to press Christensen. Christensen does get it out though. And as far as Jorginho, and Jorginho has been fouled. It's going to be a free kick to Chelsea inside Chelsea's half. And that is a foul from Fabinho on Jorginho. And Fabinho, of course, first game back, first start of the Premier League campaign. Sorry, missed out against Burnley last week, of course, on compassionate leave, but has played, well, brilliantly so far. I mean, we talked in the pre-match show about negating Lukaku. 75 minutes in, Lukaku has been negated. Van Dijk has marshalled him. Lukaku has lost one of his outlets in Reece James after being sent off for a handball right at the death of the first half. And a subsequent penalty to Liverpool, which Mo Salah dispatched beautifully. As Liverpool play this down the left-hand side to Robertson. Robertson, can he get the cross in? Oh, they're just going to have to get the crosses in. It was deflected out. It's going to be a Liverpool throw, but Azpilicueta has blocked it. Liverpool are going to have to start asking more questions of Chelsea. They are going to have to start, if they can, to get that ball in, because if they can, there's going to be a goal there. Liverpool knocking down the door here. Come on, Liverpool. You can do this. Fabinho plays a neat ball to Mane. Mane, though, has to check his run slightly. Under pressure from Christensen. Mane plays a nice ball across. Comes out to Salah on this right-hand side. Comes through to Elliott. Elliott's got out to Salah. Finds Salah nicely. Salah with the first time ball in. Jota looks to chest it through. It does come all the way through. Only as far as Robertson, though. Robertson plays it through to Mane. Mane, can he chink off? Oh, it's got to be a foul there. Oh, it's going to be a foul to Chelsea. Man. Jorginho looked close with Mane. So basically, Mane's got the ball, tries to chink past, knocks it round the right-hand side. Jorginho kind of muscles him off the ball, and then Mane just kind of almost picks the feet out of Jorginho. It's a free kick to Chelsea. Liverpool, if they're going to score, just have to try and find a way, not just to get past, but to try and avoid giving away those kind of sloppy fouls, because they're going to get a lot of the ball here. Chelsea haven't offered anything as far as in terms of threat going forward so far. As Liverpool come forward. Oh, the ball's overhit. It's going to go out for a Chelsea goal kick. Can Liverpool find something? Will Klopp look to change things up? He has brought Henderson on. Will he look to maybe bring Naby Keita on? Possibly. For Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott hasn't... Oh, he's played 75 or 77 minutes so far. Of course, Harvey Elliott has had a really good game. He has looked bright. As it's going to be a goal kick to Chelsea. As Trent looks to play a long ball forward, he does. It comes as far as Jota. Jota just gets marshalled by Thiago, but Jota wins it back beautifully off Rudiger. Looks to play a ball. Oh, come on, ref. Give something at least. He's playing the ball forward. He is playing on a lot, but the problem is when Liverpool go forward, it seems to be a lot going towards Chelsea because simply Liverpool have just dominated possession. So Thiago picks up the ball, comes out to Robertson on this left-hand side. Thiago plays a lovely chip ball through to Trent. Trent traps it beautifully, plays it back to Salah. Liverpool just knocking, plays a nice full ball to, lovely touch. Oh, and Thiago tries to play a neat back heel. He just gets crowded out. But you see what Liverpool are trying to do here, just trying to unlock this Chelsea defence. So far, Chelsea resolute. However, Liverpool knocking on the door. Can they do this? Can Liverpool find this goal? Just over 10 minutes to go. As Mane plays it out to Robertson on this left-hand side. And it's Mount who gets the interception, but only a Liverpool throw-in. And he plays it in quickly. Robertson into Van Dijk, plays it through to Fabinho. Fabinho through to Matip. Matip looks to come forward about 30 yards out. Matip, high line from Liverpool. This really camped out in Chelsea's half. Thiago on this right-hand side looks to play a neat ball through to Salah. Thiago Silva does cut that out. Trent, but it's not going to go anywhere. Trent, come on, Trent. Trent tries to swing one in. He just basically hits it at Mendy. They've just got to ask more questions, this Liverpool. Just find a little bit better set piece. If they can, they're going to start asking questions. Jota is a threat in the middle of the penalty area. If they can just pick him out, you'd bank Jota to put the ball in the back of the net and make it 3-3. However, Liverpool's second half attempts 9. Chelsea 1. Liverpool dominating this game. Mane down this left-hand side, plays a lovely ball in, gets cut out from Thiago. Goes up to Thiago. Thiago comes as far as Trent. Trent, can he play a neat ball through? Can he play? He's going to hit with his left. Oh, it gets blocked out. Alonso only as far as Alonso kind of claims for handball. Not going to be given the way Trent hit that. He just hit it into a bank of Chelsea defenders. As Marcos Alonso does well to knock the ball out down this left-hand side. Fabinho, Marcos Alonso plays well, plays nicely there, intercepts the ball, picks it up nicely. Can he get out? He can't. He knocks the ball back to Rudiger. Rudiger looks to go forward. Liverpool just need to keep this ball in. They do with Harvey Elliott. Lovely ball through to Thiago, but Thiago hasn't really got options. Liverpool camped out on this right-hand side. You can see where this is where they want to build the pressure. With Salah now on the right, one-on-one with Alonso. Takes it through. Going to be a corner to Liverpool. Oh, you're kidding me. That was a... What? Oh, yeah, right. If this stays as 1-1, a couple of things. One, the frustration that Liverpool haven't been able to unlock this Chelsea defence. Chelsea are defending resolutely, are defending well, okay. But there's been a couple of decisions where you would have thought free kick to Liverpool or corner to Liverpool that have just been given against them. Chelsea are just looking to frustrate Liverpool a little bit here. And fair play if Chelsea want to do that. That's the way they set up for the second half. Like I said, for Liverpool just not to get hit on that counter as Lukaku picks up the ball on this left-hand side. Lukaku's going to have a run, misplaces his step-overs. Fabinho cuts him off beautifully and picks back the ball. Lukaku dispossessed there. Not really see much of Lukaku at all this game. 10 minutes to go, though. May see some more of him later. We'll see. However, Robertson tries to clip the ball out. Goes out for a Chelsea throw. Liverpool have just been a little bit sloppy, it has to be said. Not as clinical in the final third. I think they're finding it hard to break down Chelsea, and they, like I said, just need to be a little bit more patient, keep the ball, not look to play necessarily the ball too quickly. They've got 10 minutes to go. Just when they're in that final third, start to make a few more runs. Mane, Salah, and Jota just to play a few more runs. Jota hasn't really done much in the second half as Thiago loses out to Mount. Ball comes forward now to Alonso down this left-hand side. As Alonso, only Alonso and Lukaku forward, but Kovacic joins in Mount on this right-hand side as Azpilicueta also plays the overlap on the right. Comes through to Mount. Thiago tries to dispossess Mount. Mount does well to keep hold of it. Comes as far as Jorginho. Jorginho plays it back, though, to Christensen, and Chelsea are going to knock this round. The three centre-backs comes as wide as Rudiger on this left-hand side. Marcos Alonso, Kovacic. Chelsea just looking to have a bit of spell on possession here. They've had none of it in the second half as the ball is blocked by Harvey Elliott. Chelsea fortunate, though, to get away with it. Fabinho's gone down. Oh, Fabinho's back to his feet, thankfully. I think he kind of put his head to his hands, but it was the misplaced challenge rather than an injury. Jorginho looks to lump a ball forward. It comes through to Alisson. Now, Liverpool, what have you got for us? What have you got for us? Matip doing what Matip does, runs it all the way up to the halfway line. Plays a sideways ball to Trent. Trent on this right-hand side picks out Elliott. Elliott with a little bit of space, however, opts to play it back to Matip. Matip finds Van Dijk on this left-hand side. Van Dijk comes forward. Mane, they're just picking up the ball, Liverpool, and turning their back to goal and running it. Mane tries to find Thiago and just can't quite find him. The ball runs through to Mendy. Mendy's going to look to run the clock down before he picks the ball up. He picks the ball up. Kostas Tsimikas coming on for Liverpool. Let's update the tracker because we imagine Robinson is going to come off. As Mendy just knocks it round the back there a little bit. As the ball comes through to Mendy. I've updated the tracker. He hasn't come on yet. Robertson is still on the pitch, but Tsimikas is going to come on, we assume, for Andy Robertson. As Mendy again holds the ball, picks it up, just running that clock down as he looks to play a ball forward. Mendy launches the ball forward as far as Marcos Alonso. The ball ricochets, finds Kovacic. Lukaku holds the ball up well, releases Kovacic. Chance for Chelsea here. And it's a nice save from Alisson, and Liverpool have got it safe. Threat there. Lukaku, first real thing he's done in the second half is to release Kovacic, who runs in. We know Lukaku can do that, but Liverpool have got a chance here as the ball comes running forward. Jota's got a chance. Come on, Diego. Come on, find Salah on this right-hand side. Salah's got a chance. Oh, and it's a team shot. Salah gets it onto his right-hand side. Plays the shot with his right foot. It's got no power and it just dribbles through to Mendy, who collects it. He's got to take the shot on, but Liverpool had a chance with the counter there as Chelsea did look the first real attack of the game of the second half with Kovacic. Alisson does well to Marshall, but Liverpool on the ball here. Liverpool hit the shot. And Mendy saved it. Straight at Mendy, that shot from Trent, making Mendy look a little bit good here. He said it's a bit unfair on Mendy. He has saved a couple of really nice ones, but a couple of Liverpool shots have just been on target or a bit tame and just run through to Mendy. Matip marshals Lukaku well, but Lukaku wins it back. Matip is a sprint race with Lukaku, and Matip bosses Lukaku off the ball. Plays it through to Matip. The fans are going to love that one. Anytime Lukaku gets dispossessed, they're going to love it. But Liverpool coming forward with Andy Robertson down this left-hand side. Plays it through to Jota. Thiago looks to run forward. Plays a lovely chip ball forward to Robertson. It's beautifully throated, and Robertson can't control it. It goes through for a Chelsea goal kick. Now Tsimikas is going to come on for Andy Robertson. 5 minutes to go. Can Liverpool find something? You kind of expect Liverpool to have a couple more chances at least, right? They've been knocking on the door. Chelsea pose a threat going forward. So far, Matip and Van Dijk have marshalled Lukaku. However, Liverpool just need to find that killer pass or that shot that beats Mendy. Mendy has had a really good second half. He's played well. He's played not just the saves he's made, but the kind of football intelligence has been really good from Mendy. Liverpool just need to be a bit patient, not rush things, because if you're rushing it, you're going to give the ball away and so on. 86 minutes gone, 1-1. Liverpool, 4 minutes left, plus stoppage time, as Chelsea look to make a sub here. Chalobah is going to come on for Thiago. So Chelsea, for Jorginho. So Chelsea are looking to shut up shop. You would have to say Jorginho is probably going to take the scenic route off the pitch. Moves at about 1 mile an hour. As what can Liverpool do here? Chalobah comes on. And here we go, Liverpool. What have you got for us? Trent with the throw. Matip's got it. Chelsea are camped out in their own half. Van Dijk's going to run this over, or rather plays the ball out over the halfway line to Trent. Trent looks to beat. He does. Beats Kovacic. Tries to play a ball through to Mane. Mane wasn't really expecting it, so set off a little bit late, and the ball's intercepted by Christensen, and it goes out for a Liverpool throw. Harvey Elliott's going to take this. Harvey Elliott plays a throw through to Fabinho. No Chelsea player around Liverpool until they start getting a bit close. Chelsea just very happy to sit back and try and hit Liverpool on the counter here. Very, very happy to do this as Liverpool play the high press. However, Chelsea have got this, and they're going to have a bit of possession here with Azpilicueta. As Alonso tries to play a crossfield ball. 5-0 to Van Dijk versus Lukaku. And Christensen foul on Mane, but referee waves, not even play on, doesn't even get the foul. However, it's come to Elliott. Trent on this right-hand side, looks to play an early ball in. It's come through as far as Mane. Oh, and it's a heavy touch, and it comes through to Mendy. Thiago Silva's gone down, but he gets fair play to him, gets straight back up. But Elliott down to the right-hand side. Alonso plays a neat ball full through it, and it kind of, Thiago just basically stretches across. Doesn't quite get the ball up here. However, the ball is just kicked long to Liverpool. Chelsea very happy for Liverpool to have the ball. Liverpool, what can you do? Come on. Come on, Liverpool. You can find this. Tsimikas out on this left-hand side. Tsimikas just loses the ball out. However, reclaims it well. Comes only as far as Thiago. Thiago now through to Elliott on this right-hand side. Down to Trent on this right-hand side. What can be done here? As Tsimikas looks out on the left-hand side, plays a neat ball in. Jota's got it up in his feet, and Thiago just nips it off him, and Chelsea get it clear. Only as far as Thiago plays a nice, intelligent header back to Van Dijk, looping over Lukaku. Nice play that from Thiago. 88 minutes, coming into the 89th minute. What have Liverpool got? Harvey Elliott with a ball in, and it gets cleared out. Matip plays a nice ball just to keep it safe through to Thiago. Thiago plays a nice ball through to Trent, and Chalobah knocks it out for a Liverpool corner. What have you got, Liverpool? Trent on the corner. Not going to play it short. Just beat the first man. Ask a question. Just ask a question. That's all you've got to do. Referee's held up play here. A little bit of afters with Van Dijk and Azpilicueta. And the ball's going to come in. Ball's going to come in. The ball does come in. Oh, he's beating the first man. He's beating all of them. Jota with a looping header over. Oh, it's got to be a... It's going to be another corner to Liverpool. Ball comes in, really looped up from Trent this time. Finds Jota. Jota with a looping header. Just not, I don't know whether it's sneaking under the bar. Mendy doesn't know and knocks it over the bar. Comes as far as Tsimikas. Still a little bit of infighting here in the box. I think they're just trying to frustrate Van Dijk here, Chelsea. As Tsimikas is going to stand over this. Referee's just going to delay this corner a little bit. 3 minutes are going to be added on for Liverpool. Come on, Liverpool. What have you got? Tsimikas, in it comes. Come on, come on. Oh, it's a foul. It's a foul. The Chelsea players have just all fallen over in the box, all holding their heads, all gone down as if to say, yeah, they fouled me. Referee's blown for it. Chelsea, fair play. If you're a Chelsea fan, you're probably liking their game management game managementship. But Liverpool, oh, so annoying. Liverpool just need to find that ball in. It's a good ball in, to be fair. Okay, Jota. Azpilicueta hasn't been touched at all. He's gone down holding his face as if he's just been punched. Lukaku celebrates and Klopp goes apoplectic. It is just, in-game management. I mean, it should be longer than 3 minutes this for stoppage time. But, I think Klopp's going to talk about that in the post-match interview, the way that Liverpool have just basically been done a few times. However, Jota, come on, Jota. Come on, he gets into the box. Mane gets in. Mane, what can Mane do? Can Mane find a shot? He can't. Plays it for Thiago. Thiago plays a nice ball in. He's going to get crowded out. Hit the ball. Tries to play a small, nice ball into Salah, but Salah just gets crowded out. As soon as you get that ball into the penalty area, you're going to have about 4 Chelsea players around you. But Tsimikas tries to play an early ball in, and he loops it over. 91 minutes gone. What have Liverpool got? All of Chelsea's back line have gone down. Rudiger's got cramp. Azpilicueta's got cramp. My goodness me, Chelsea. What? Well, there you go. I mean, Rudiger limps away, but, they all went down simultaneously and they've all come back up again. Sky have given man of the match to Andreas Christensen. Well, I suppose the reason they've given that is for the Chelsea defence. The fact that they have been 10 men down and have just kept Liverpool out. However, they've kept them out by falling over, really. So anyway, we'll come back to the game. Anyway, 92 minutes gone. 1 minute to go for stoppage time. Can Liverpool find this goal? Let's see if they can. Liverpool are going to have a throw-in. They need to play it quickly. Oh, Chelsea are going to have a throw-in. Can Chelsea play it quickly? Chelsea do. And the ball goes out for a Liverpool throw. Last roll of the dice. Come on, Liverpool. What have you got? What have you got? Can you send Anfield into absolute bedlam? Let's find out. Thiago plays a nice ball forward to Tsimikas. Tsimikas has got the ball out on this left-hand side. What can Tsimikas do? He's got Azpilicueta there, but Tsimikas brings it in. Sadio Mane picks up the ball. Sadio Mane, can he turn? Can he turn? He looks to play down to the byline. He's going to get a corner. It's going to be a corner for Liverpool. There's going to be time. 3 minutes are up of added time, but Liverpool are going to get this corner. And what can Liverpool do here? Are they going to play it short? Are they going to try and play it? What are they going to do? And are they going to get it into the back of the net? Last chance saloon this for Liverpool. Come on. Tsimikas. Ball goes up to Thiago Silva. Referee blows for full time. Chelsea celebrate as if it's a win. It's 1-1. It finishes Liverpool 1, Chelsea 1. A little bit of a frustrating second half that for Liverpool. Couldn't quite find a way through. Chelsea are celebrating this as if they've won. That shows you just how much they didn't offer going forward, first of all. But fair play to Chelsea. Defensively, offered a lot. Resolute at the back, kept Liverpool out. Liverpool looked really, really good at the back. Lukaku was nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Van Dijk marshalled Lukaku the whole game. That was really positive to see. Liverpool going forward look really bright. Harvey Elliott, Mo Salah down this right-hand side. Trent down the right-hand side as well. Looked to create a few opportunities. Just missed that incision going forward really for Liverpool. However, Liverpool had a few opportunities. Chelsea gave up. Didn't really come out the second half as in going forward from an offensive side point of view. Just very happy to camp themselves out at the back. And Liverpool couldn't find a way through. Sky are just kind of, fawning over Chelsea as defensively. I mean, okay, but Klopp's going to have a few words to say, I think, at the end there. The way that a few of the fouls went, a few of the balls, few of the decisions. Referee did let the play run on. Okay, fair enough. But Chelsea have got away with one there. It has to be said. It is frustrating. You wanted to see a Liverpool win. However, a draw 1-1 puts Liverpool on to 7 points in the Premier League. And next up is Leeds United on the 12th of September. Don't forget, it's the international break next week, so we don't have a game next week for a live watch-along. We will be back, though, for the live watch-along on the 12th of September at 4:30, kickoff 4:30 UK time. Show will start at 4:10 UK time. I really hope you can join us for that. It's been an absolute pleasure, as it always is. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. It's been brilliant today to have you along with this live watch along. We'll see you again for Leeds versus Liverpool. Until then, thank